Hey there, folks. Adam going live. We've got a pretty intense looking supercell that is heading into Essex County from Michigan, and we're tracking it as carefully as we possibly can. You can actually see it behind me in the 3D Weatherverse, but we'll touch on that in a little bit. That's a new program that we've developed we're pretty excited about. But let's go take a quick look at Brennan's forecast map here. You can see strong severe risk for Windsor, Leamington, Chatham, Kent, areas east of Lake St. Clair as well, specifically. Slight severe risk a little bit further to the north, so Sarnia and areas west of St. Thomas. And then we have an isolated severe risk, which is a little bit more questionable. London, Grand Bend, Woodstock, Kitchener, Brantford, Tillsonburg. That's pretty much the areas that I notified about the live stream. We're trying to do something a little bit different where we put the live stream on our free app, Instant Weather. If you don't have it, instantweatherapp.com. Go download it for free. But we put it on there for everybody in Southern Ontario, but we only notify those who could potentially be within the risk area. I think I actually did highlight Goderich, though, even though we don't have Goderich in that. But I kind of went from like Goderich down to just before the Niagara region and notified all those folks. So if you want to know if we're streaming at any point in time, just look on the app, check out the alert bar at the top, and you'll see if we're streaming. But in this particular case, I only notified those who are. This is it's pretty in general isolated risk. It's only isolated to a very small portion of Southern Ontario. But the overall storm threats, 1 to 2 tornadoes are possible. 100-kilometer or more wind gusts are possible. I know there's a severe thunderstorm warning now in place, I believe, for Essex County. I'm pretty sure somebody just mentioned that, so I'll have to double check. But 3 to 4 centimeter hail is possible, so we can see some big time hail with this one. And 50 to 75 millimeters of rainfall is possible in certain areas, and therefore isolated flooding is a possibility. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, and let me know where you're coming from here in the comments. Hello, Karen. Hello, Anita. Hello on TikTok as well too. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, of course. And yeah, there we go. Somebody's confirmed that. Canadian Milo, our friend from YouTube, Essex County is under a severe storm warning. That's right. And that's Good on Environment Canada being proactive with this one. Nasty-looking supercell in this line that is moving to the east. Dr. David Sills posted about it on Twitter and said he doesn't like how this is looking. The models have been very clear that they think we're looking at rotating storms moving through deep southwestern Ontario. And that is a problem. Rob says, Leamington, are we in danger? Leamington needs to be on a high alert with this storm. You're under a severe thunderstorm warning now. This thing is looking pretty nasty on radar. We're going to go take a peek at it. We did finally launch the beta test for Instant Weather Pro. We now have lightning data in there as well, too. So Instant Weather Pro has lightning data. If you want to beta test Instant Weather Pro, you can head over to instantweatherpro.com and give some patience to Teresa. She has to send them out individually, the instructions out individually. So huge thank you to Teresa for doing that. She is working very vigilantly on that, and we appreciate all of her efforts. But this is the beastly storm that is heading towards Windsor right now, heading towards, let me just zoom in here. So Amherstburg, LaSalle, Windsor, areas basically that are east of Michigan are looking at this cluster of storms moving in, and there's a couple of different areas of rotation that we're watching here. Canadian radars are working great right now on this. The U.S. radar, what is it? I think we're a little bit behind in the loading here, so we need to improve that. We're going to be making some great improvements to the U.S. radar loading. One of our developers is working on alerts as well. So basically done all the hard stuff. So now one of our other developers just needs to add it. So Canadian alerts will be added as well too. You'll see the polygons for Canadian alerts on Instant Weather Pro. So again, you can see the link actually at the top of the screen here. If you go to instantweatherpro.com, it's $99 for the year, so it's like $8.25 a month. But this is our premium professional radar product that we've been working on for 2 years. We actually built it for the Northern Tornadoes Project out of Western University. We partnered with them, and they asked us, hey, can you build us a Canadian-focused professional radar suite? And we said, yeah, sure, why not? And that's what we've been doing for 2 years. But I'm sure you've seen it on our live streams. We've been using it for 2 years straight on the live stream. So if you want to follow along with what I'm tracking here live on radar, then definitely head over to instantweatherpro.com. And a huge thank you to those who've already done that. Quite a few folks have signed up, and it's been we've had some really great feedback. So thank you so much to all those who have done that. Thank you to those who have downloaded our free app as well too, Instant Weather. By the way, if you're using Instant Weather Pro along with me, please let me know in the comments. I know there's quite a few of you folks out there as well. Dominic says, any storm alerts for Toronto? Not at the moment, and I don't think Toronto is actually in the risk area. Let's go back to the forecast map one more time. You can see that Toronto would be in the non-severe. You might get some thunderstorms overnight, but you're in the non-severe risk area. You're looking at basically the risk is in deep southwestern Ontario at the moment, and not necessarily in the GTA. So this is the tornado risk map as well too. So the purple areas are for, we were looking for potentially some landspout tornadoes there, or some isolated funnel cloud development, and that was a little bit further to the north and to the east. But the isolated supercell tornado risk is going to be, of course, Windsor, LaSalle, Leamington, Amherstburg, Chatham, and there's less of a risk for London and St. Thomas and Sarnia, maybe Grand Bend as well too, and Tillsonburg. But the main risk is definitely down in Essex County right now with this that is passing into Essex County. Essex County is no stranger to tornado risks. You know, we obviously there's been some very, very strong historical tornadoes in Essex County, and there has certainly been, you know, how many times does the severe map include those areas? Slim says, how prepared should I be for a tornado in Amherstburg? I would be as prepared as you possibly can. There is no tornado warning in place yet. We are seeing rotation, and this storm looks quite nasty. The rotation might just be because of the hail, but I would not be just saying, oh, maybe it's just going to be some hail. No worries. This is a mean-looking storm that's heading towards Amherstburg right now, Slim. So if you're in the Amherstburg area, if you're in LaSalle, if you're in Windsor, if you're in Leamington, if you're in Essex County in general, I would be getting things ready now. Now is the time to get things ready before the storm gets there. If the storm, you know, if it weakens, great. If it strengthens, you're ready. So you don't want to be like, oh, it's on the doorstep. The worst thing I hear is people saying, like, you know, I've heard some stories from the derecho that happened, and people are saying, oh, my husband was running outside trying to, like, get the chairs, you know, like, trying to, like, tie things down as trees are coming down. I'm like, the thing that blows my mind is when people think they need to, like, that the storm is here, we better run outside. No, that's, like, the last thing you want to do. Don't go near the windows. Don't run outside. You know, when these dangerous storms are on top of you, you want to get to the lowest level, the most interior room. You want to stay away from windows. You want to stay away from exterior walls. You want to be in the lowest level, most interior room, as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And if nothing happens, great. And if something happens, you're prepared. So these things are a lot less scary when you're prepared. So that's what really matters. Casey says, just signed up for the Pro. Very excited. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Casey. Vortex says, what are the odds for a tornado touchdown in Windsor? Well, if we look at probabilities right now, hold on a second here. I can give you some actual numbers. 30% on that cell. Actually, let's go look at the 3D weatherverse, and I'll show you. We have the tornado probabilities now built right into our 3D weatherverse, so let's go take a look. This is the storm right now in volumetric 3D. You can actually see. So you can see LaSalle, Windsor, Amherstburg. I think we're maybe just about to get a radar update on that one. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're just about to get an update on that. So this is live lightning data. This is live volumetric radar data. This is the storm that is heading in. Look at the size of the overall structure of this thing is beastly. And if we look, let's turn on probabilities here. So severe probabilities. So you see these pink polygons here. These pink polygons are not good. If I click on this one, it says this storm has an 84% probability of severe weather, a 65% probability of severe hail, 66% probability of severe wind, and a 23% probability of a tornado on that main cell. And the cell to the south, if I click on that as well too, 79%, 76 on the hail, 51 on the wind, and 32 on the tornado. So if we just scroll down here, and this is real-time updating. These update. Hold on. I wonder if you can hear this here. I'll turn on the audio so you can hear the thunder. Let me know if you can hear that. You probably can. Hopefully it's not louder than me. I'll turn it down a little bit. But 1 second here. Yeah, this is let me just scroll down. So the storm that is west of Amherstburg is the one that's hitting 32%, and the storm that is west of Windsor is the one that was hitting, I believe, was it 23? Let me just double check here. 23%, yeah. So these probabilities as well too, these probabilities and these polygons, we're going to be adding them to Instant Weather Pro as well too. So that will be coming Instant Weather Pro. We've got it on the 3D Weatherverse as well too, which we will be launching. They're two separate products, but we will be launching the 3D Weatherverse as well, which is quite exciting. We've been working on it for quite a long time now. But these storms are looking pretty darn nasty heading into Essex County. So you're going to be wanting to now is the time to get prepared. The time is not when the storm is on top of you. The time is now before the storm gets there. Let's be proactive here, folks. Let's get prepared. Make sure that we're ready for this. And if nothing happens, perfect. That's what we want. We want nothing dangerous to happen. But if something goes down, you're obviously going to want to be in a safe place. So, yeah. Long story short, let's get prepared here. That's weird. The radar that one of these storms just went over is down now. TDTW is down. I'm not sure why. That's not a good thing. Yeah, one of the main radars that we're watching right now just went down. One of these storms went right over. Now the radar is down. That's not great. Anyways, so there's that. If we look at the velocity from the far range radar here, let's go back to, oh, by the way, if you like 3D Weatherverse, let us know in the comments. And if you want to follow us, go to 3dweatherverse.com. You can follow us on YouTube, 3D Weatherverse. You can follow us on Twitter, 3D Weatherverse. And you can follow us on Facebook, 3D Weatherverse. So go give us a follow there if you're interested in that project, what we're looking at here in the background. And let's go back to Instant Weather Pro. If I look at the long-range radar here, this is coming from Essex County. I mean, this is higher up in the storm, but this has some big-time values on here. You can see, actually, you can't see. Oh, hold on a second. With the overlay is actually not helping, right? we put this special overlay on top, but it actually cuts off the wind value. So let me actually minimize that. It's probably because my browser's zoomed, Brennan, so that might be why. But you can see the values above my head here, 100.44 kilometers. Now, this is higher up in the storm, but this is a pocket of rotation, which, again, is heading into Essex County. And then there's also a pocket of rotation down here as well, too, which may be maybe just clipping Essex County, but it also might head towards Pelee Island as well, too, which could be a problem. So, yeah, long story short, you're going to be wanting to... yeah, it's all good, Brennan. If you fix that, shoot me an email, and I'll throw it back up on there. I'll put this one on there for now, so it's a fancy looking display. Anyways, thank you, Brennan, for that. I appreciate it. Thank you to all those on the team who are helping out. Let's scroll back. Again, our U.S. radar processing, we do need to improve. So that's the 35 frame, which is obviously a little bit behind there. So yeah, we need to definitely work on that. I think it's up to 54 now. So the U.S. radar is a little bit behind in Instant Weather Pro, but again, these are things that we're going to be fixing. We're working on them vigilantly. I think U.S. radar is going to be fixed next week, and we're going to do a lot faster processing with it. And but all the Canadian radars are processed in real time, super fast. And we're again, we have access to all those, so we're watching them very carefully as well. And long story short, let me just swipe it over. Oh, that side note, there's another product, another feature, by the way, that you can actually get on Instant Weather Pro that you can't really get anywhere else on any other professional radar product, is the ability to swipe back and forth between two radar products. So if you're looking at something like this, which is showing some strong upper level rotation, you swipe over and say, that happens to be co-located exactly with the storm. You know, if the rotation was over here, it could be noise. But when the rotation is exactly where the core of the storm is, you know, the pinpoint of that ability is really, really useful. So if you want to be able to swipe, if you want to be able to tilt, live lightning data, live radar data, instantweatherpro.com. Thank you to all those who have subscribed. Sincerely appreciate it. And these storms, again, are pretty intense for sure. Lori says we're in Bell River, 30 minutes east of Detroit border, and the skies are talking loudly. Absolutely no wind or breeze here. It's scary still here. Stay safe, friends. Thanks, Adam and crew, for keeping us updated by the app. So worth it. Thank you so much, Lori. Really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you kindly to everybody. Amherstburg says, Amanda, oh yeah, Amherstburg is in the path of these storms. Again, now is the time to get ready. Now is the time to be ready with these. This is not the time to, you know, should we get ready? I don't know. Let's see how it goes. You know, there's always storms, blah, blah, blah. No, now is the time to get ready. You need to be getting prepared right at this point. Wallaceburg, says Kristen. Yeah, Wallaceburg's possible. There are some storms a little bit further to the north. Let me go take a peek at this. Mike coming in with a super chat on YouTube. Thank you so much. Should Guelph be on alert for tonight? Nope. I think Guelph's probably fine. You might see some rain later and maybe some thunderstorms. Jen says, Kitchener get anything? Maybe some storms overnight, but double check on our app, Instant Weather. I'm sure many of you have the Instant Weather app. If you don't, download it at instantweatherapp.com. It's free. A huge thank you to those who have subscribed to remove ads from the app and to extend the future radar to 5 hours. And that's another thing we're going to be improving. The future radar has been a little bit off, so we're going to be improving the future radar drastically as well too. So improvements coming to future radar. Again, if you subscribe, you get rid of those pop-up ads. Our apologies for the pop-up ads. We just had to do it. The app is becoming too expensive to run without doing that random pop-up ad every 2-3 days or whatever it is. So our apologies for that. We don't like pop-up ads either, but we had to do them. But if you don't want to see those pop-up ads, you know, $7 for the year. It's like 58 cents a month. Gets rid of the ads, extends your future radar to 5 hours, and supports our app and our team and, you know, this big journey we've been on for the last 10 years. It's been 10 years. Brennan already sent me a new updated. Wow, that's perfect. Thank you, Brennan. Appreciate that. He's quick. Brennan is quick. All right, let's see if we're getting any closer on the U.S. radar. I think it said we're getting a U.S. backlog. So 46 is a little bit closer. And you can see these two areas of rotation we're watching. And again, they're heading to the east into Essex County. Could be concerning. They might just miss to the south. We'll see. But the storms to the north are certainly going to hit. I mean, look at the hook on this thing, actually. This is an earlier frame. But this storm still has a... This is the big hook we were watching closely. There's two hooking areas on this that are heading into Essex County. Yeah, I mean, these storms are not going to miss. Like, maybe the southern storms are going to miss, but this northern storm is not going to miss. It's going to go right into Essex County. It is a problem. These storms are a problem. Someone said, is everyone's screen blurry or just mine? On TikTok. Is the screen blurry on TikTok? Let me know if it is. Yeah, I don't know why the bit rate is so low. That's strange. Yeah, the bit rate's so low on TikTok. Let me know if TikTok is too blurry, and maybe I'll restart the live stream, because it seems like it's kind of blurry. Yep, blurry, everybody says. Mine is blurry. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, that's odd. It's only streaming at 1 kilobyte. I've got a boatload of SBS. Everybody says it's all blurry on TikTok. If it's blurry on TikTok, just go to another option right now is just go to YouTube. Side note, we reached 10,000 YouTube subscribers. So thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed. Yeah, if you go to someone said clear on TikTok. Oh, it depends. It depends on if you're watching it. Like if you're holding your phone like this, turn your phone to the side, and that'll fill up the whole screen. But maybe that's when it's getting blurry. That could possibly be the case. But yeah, these storms are pretty nasty heading in Essex County right now. So we're on high alert with this. So clear on TikTok, someone said. Yeah, they probably don't have their phone to the side. If you have your phone to the side, it's probably blurry. It looks like it's blurry in my view here. So I'm not sure why it's uploading at such a low rate, which is odd. I'm pretty sure... One second here. Let me see if I can work on this a little bit. No, we're definitely on Ethernet. I don't know why. It's very strange. Very strange, folks. Both ways blurry. Okay, TikTok, I'm going to reboot the live stream, so I will be right back. Thank you for your patience, and I will be right back. So, I don't know why TikTok is being problematic here, but it should be working a lot better than it is, which is odd. Anyways, so there's that. So, we're also live again on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Let me see here. I'm not sure why that's happening. There we go. Looks clear. I might have been able to fix it without stopping the TikTok stream. Oh well. I just realized it wasn't the TikTok stream that was the problem. It was how I was capturing it. So anyways, long story short, that looks probably a lot better. So I'll get that launched up for everybody there on the Tickety Talks. By the way, if you're on TikTok, follow us. We're at Instant Weather. If you're on YouTube, give us a follow at Instant Weather. We've amalgamated our We've amalgamated our YouTube and TikTok channel down to one channel. We used to have all these other channels, but we literally had to have one channel now. It makes it a lot easier for what we're doing to have just the one single channel. So if you follow us on YouTube, and it used to just be Ontario live streams, you might wonder why now we're live streaming Alberta there and Saskatchewan and all the other provinces. And that is because we've gone to one channel. So, which I hope makes sense. It's certainly helpful for us, so hopefully you're okay with that. Yes, let me just get the tickety talks going for the nice folks here. I want to make sure that they can see everything that's going on. And there we go. All right, that looks much, much better on the tickety talks. And I am going to go live there. Should be a click, and we're back. So that should be good. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, I think TikTok solved. Cool. All right. That's enough of the tickety talk. The TikTok talk. That's enough TikTok talk for everybody. I'm going to head over to my spam folder. Brennan, every time you send me an email, I have to click look safe, and I have to click report not spam, and then maybe it's because you're sending it with no subject. That's probably no subject. That's probably the problem. I'm going to say that's the problem. Probably no subject. Yeah, exactly. That's all good. It's all good. Where did it go, though? Hold on. All mail. Is it still in my spam? Oh, great. So now it's not in my spam, and it's nowhere else. That's fantastic. So that's fantastic. Now it disappeared. Brennan, can you send it again, please? I don't know where it went. It's long gone. No, it's not going to work if I download it off of Messenger. It's only going to work if you email it, because Messenger is going to crush it. Not only is it going to crush it, I don't think it's going to be a PNG anymore. I think it's going to be a JPEG. Pretty sure they switch it to JPEG. Anywho, all right. So, long story short, big nasty storms heading into Essex County. We're watching them very, very closely on Instant Weather Pro here. Yeah, again, if you're using Instant Weather Pro, let us know how you're enjoying it in the comments. Just from the upper level long range data here, looking pretty darn nasty. Pretty nasty indeed. So we're just going to watch these storms as they track into the regions. So far, just some lightning and some rain. But yeah, they continue to track to the east. I think Amherstburg is probably first in line with these. Thank you for joining us back on TikTok. It looks like it's a lot better. Hopefully it looks better for you. It looks better for me. And yeah, I think it's much, much better. Sheena says, is this for Ontario or Alberta? No, this is for Ontario. So to clarify, we are live streaming in Ontario at the moment. Brendan, maybe want to throw up that Ontario banner, just because now that we've been streaming on the one channel in multiple provinces, might be slightly confusing. But yeah, we are streaming in Ontario. 2 areas of concern, this one specifically, and this one to the south. But this particular area of concern, this part of the storm is going to be heading right into about Amherstburg. Let me animate this so you can see. And it looks like this is going to be heading... Yeah, it's going to be heading right into Amherstburg. I don't know what's going on with the city names there. Oh, it's because of the lightning data. Every time the lightning data shows up, it pushes out the city names. Oh, that's interesting. We need to work on that. That's strange. That radar that was down is back up, so that's good news. Yeah, the Detroit Airport radar is back up now. Yeah, you can see that section is heading pretty much right towards Amherstburg, and that's a concern at the moment. Let me jump back. And what is this, 1802? That's a more recent frame. So you can see this big hook. This hook is concerning. Velocity doesn't look too spectacular on it, but there's definitely a big hook on the storm. And that's the storm that's heading into the Amherstburg area. It may miss Windsor to the south just based on its overall direction. I would think, because if you're trying to find Windsor, just look for the word Detroit. If I zoom in here a while, you'll finally see Windsor. So you can see Windsor there. But if I back this up here, there's a place called Sandwich. Anybody see that? Sandwich. Is that Sandwich, Michigan? Interesting. you tell I'm hungry? Okay, so these storms in particular heading, this one with a hook, heading basically right for Amherstburg. And if velocity does strengthen on that one's going to be a concern. Yes. Oh, Brandon did a subject this time. Okay, maybe I can get that image from him. Let me see here. Thank you to all those who are joining us. We have 2,000 people joining us on the live stream. So on the one channel you're on, it might say a lower number. We've got 2,001 concurrent viewers, and that number hasn't changed for minutes. 2002, 2012, 2009. Never mind. It's changing all the time. I'm just not paying attention to it. Let's see. I'll check my spam folder for Brennan. Overlay. Still coming in, not liking it. Doesn't like it. Looks safe. Okay, whatever. I can download this. It's fine. All right, I'm going to switch that overlay. Thank you, Brennan. Appreciate it. I should be able to do it now. There we go. And that's already better. Thank you. Ah, I see what you did there. Fancy. That's good. That's excellent. Thank you so much. Apple user on TikTok says, strengthen or lessen by Norfolk County. Probably weaken, I would think, as it heads over there, but it's hard to say for sure. Hard to say for sure. We'll have to see. Lots of comments in here. Oh my goodness. Tone says it's hitting a town. Yeah, it looks, I mean, it's affecting those in Michigan for sure. Those in Michigan are right in the path of this dangerous situation. So severe storms looking pretty nasty. Court says, what about the storms that are back building north of Wallaceburg? Let's go take a look here. One sec. Let me straighten it out. There we go. So main concern is this cell right here, but we also do have some storms, as you can see. We've got lightning data now, which is useful. Not seeing anything too significant on velocity for those in the Wallaceburg area. Let me go take a look at Canadian data. Yeah, it just looks like lightning and heavy rain at this point in time. There is a small risk for funnel cloud and landspout development. So it's possible. Lindsay says London, Ontario in for a storm. London, Ontario may see some activity from this line. Right now, you're seeing some rain, some light to moderate rain at the moment. But you may see some activity from this line. We'll see as it continues to track. It should be tracking kind of to the east-southeast, so it might just miss you. But you'll probably hear the thunder from the south. Yeah, but that storm is, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Oh dear. What I'm saying is not good. Is also south of Ontario. Look at TDWR right now. Team, go look at TDWR. If you're in Woodland Beach or Detroit Beach, Michigan, giant hook and extremely strong mezzo. If that's not producing a tornado, I would be shocked right now. I would be shocked if Detroit Beach is not being hit by a tornado right now, because that just on TWDR, massive hook, and this particular cell is not going to be affecting Ontario. It's heading to the southeast. Point Pelee though could be affected by this one. This has a massive, very pronounced hook. TDWR, the airport radar, it looks insane. Okay, one second here. We don't have those added to Instant Weather Pro yet, but I talked to Dev today, and we're going to be adding those radars. But I'm gonna post on our Michigan page. We actually have a Michigan page. Facebook.com/Michigan Tornado is our Michigan page. Oh my goodness. Detroit Beach, Woodland Beach. Take shelter now is what I'm about to post. Hold on. They're under a is that April 5th? Hold on a second here. I got to switch to that account. Yeah, TD. Oh my goodness. Woodland Beach, Detroit Beach, Stony Point, and a crazy. It's the Atlanta. It's Zoom In. It's the one. We don't have it on Instant Weather Pro yet, but it's the one on. Zoom In. It's the one south of KDTX. But oh my goodness, that has the craziest hook echo. That thing has to be producing a tornado. That thing is insane right now. And Point Pelee is in the path of that. If you're in Point Pelee, I hope this thing doesn't turn right. Don't turn right. Hold on a second here. Detroit Beach and Woodland Beach, take shelter now. Significant tornado risk. Significant tornado risk. Oh my goodness. I'm going to post it on Twitter as well too. Give me 1 second. On what radar? It's TDTW. Michigan WX. Yeah, I just tweeted that. 1 second here. Yeah, that's I mean, that the hook is unbelievable. Unbelievable. The hook actually coiled back in. Oh my goodness. It's too bad we don't have TW right now. Let's see if we can pull it up on. This is the storm right here. So I mean, you can see the rotation here on Detroit radar. I mean, it's, yeah, if you're in it was right here in Detroit. It was Detroit Beach, Woodland Beach, Stony Point. Oh my goodness, it was showing up so strong on TDTW. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that. Oh, what is happening here? Wait a minute. Oh, sorry, that's the second one. There's two of them. This is the one I was talking about up here, and there's also this here heading north of Toledo. Look at these two supercells. Folks, I am so grateful for the folks in Ontario right now that this is to give you an idea here. This is Kingsville. This line here is Ontario. These two absolutely dangerous supercells are just missing Ontario just to the south, but we still have this one to contend with. But Point Pelee is in the path of this one for sure. If you're in Point Pelee, you need to be I'm definitely sending a notification to Point Pelee right now. Hold on a second here. 1 second. Same. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is the current update. I mean, look at this. These are two absolutely dangerous supercells. Very dangerous supercells. Point Pelee needs to take shelter immediately. Hold on a second here. This is not turning right. It's a tornado warning now. Tornado warning from the National Weather Service on that tornado, on that likely tornado producing storm. It's still moving to the southeast. It better not curl to the right. It's just going to miss, but it's not going to miss Pelee Island. Pelee Island needs to take shelter immediately. I'm sending a notification to Pelee Island right now. They need to take shelter immediately. Oh my goodness. Okay, 1 second here. Let's go to custom updates, and let me just pull this up here. Yeah, Pelee Island needs to take shelter immediately. If you're in Scooter or Pelee Island, you need to take shelter immediately. 1 second. Let me get rid of this radar. It's distracting. No, I don't want what's happening. Get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, Pelee Island. It's basically right here, and it's heading this way. I'm hoping it doesn't turn right, but at the moment, Pelee Island is the problem, and Pelee Island needs to take shelter immediately. Oh, man. 1 second here. I'm just going to, literally, my headline's going to be, take shelter, Pelee Island. Is that how you pronounce it? Is that how you write it? Pelee Island? Pelee Island. Yeah, that's right. Take shelter, Pelee Island. Tornado warning on this storm in Michigan, heading directly towards Pelee Island. Take shelter immediately. And this is at 6:17. Okay, there's 25 people on Pelee Island that use our app. How about that? 25 people on Pelee Island use our app. Let's go. Thank you, folks, for using our app, paying attention. If you're in Pelee Island, you need to take shelter immediately. I'm sending this right now. Okay, everybody in Pelee Island just got that notification. Alana says, breathe. I'm trying. So this is stressful. It's stressful, but I know you can appreciate that. Severe thunderstorm warning for Essex County, but these are two absolutely dangerous-looking supercells. Those are the most dangerous-looking supercells I've seen in a long time. Look at these storms. Look at this. This is rotational. Okay, folks? So if I swipe over, This is reflectivity. You can see the hooking tails on both of them, but this is where it's a problem. So reflectivity, yeah, it looks bad. This is the problem. This is the purest of rotation. This is called a rotation couplet. So this is rotation here, but this right here is a rotation couplet. You've got 91 kilometers going away from the radar, and you've got 90 kilometers coming back to the radar. So I don't know who wants to do the calculation on the Vrot for that, but that is extremely fast. That is extremely fast. 181. Is it just you just times it by 2? Is that what it is? I thought it was more complicated than that. Did you just times it by 2? Is it that simple? I'm pretty sure. I thought Vrot was more complicated. But if it's just times by 2, that's easy. It's 181 kilometer an hour rotation. This is a very dangerous situation. Chance on TikTok says Pelee population is like 80 people, and 25 of them use our app, so it's good. I thought, I think it's a little more complicated. You might want to, Google that how to calculate Vrot. But these are two very dangerous storms. Yeah, that's heading into Ohio from Michigan, I believe, right now. I believe that is the Ohio border. It's hard to tell. I need to get state borders on here. Yeah, but these two storms are absolutely stunning and ridiculous and dangerous. So, also, let's go back to what's happening. Amherstburg is in that storm, just on the very north side of it, not the dangerous part. The dangerous part is down here to the south of Ontario, but again, that is heading this way, right towards Pelee Island. Oh, Vrot is just max min divided by 2? Oh. All right. I'm so grateful for Essex County that these two are not going through, but I feel awful for those who are in the path of this right now. If you are in Shore Acres, Harbor View, I'm trying to figure out what state that is. It's either Ohio or Michigan. I think that is the state line there. Can someone figure that out? That would be awesome. But yeah, if you are in, this is Michigan. If you are in Stony Point, Woodland Beach, Detroit Beach, Stony Point, did that rotation just go east? That goes east. I swear. Is it going due east? This can happen. No, it's still going southeast. Still going southeast. It's trying to go east, but it's still going southeast. That hook was unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Ali says population is much higher in the summer months with cottages on Pelee. That makes sense. Oh my goodness. The rotation's getting even stronger right now. This is for folks, if you're in Pelee Island, you need to be taking shelter immediately. This is coming in from Michigan. These are dangerous storms at the moment, folks. Let's see if we can get a new radar update. Yeah, look at this. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. 93 and 90. 93 and 90. So that's 183 kilometer an hour Vrot. The rotation on here is 180 kilometers an hour. And this is, I want to try to give you a better idea. It would actually be better if I turned down transparency here. I'm going to turn this down to like 5. You'll be able to see Essex County better. So Essex County is right here. I mean, could this get any closer to Essex County? Do a measurement on that. I am grateful. I'm worried for the folks in the path of these storms, and I'm equally as grateful that Essex County is being missed by these two dangerous tornadoes, or two dangerous tornado potential producing storms. I don't think they've been confirmed yet, but man, I don't think they can look any stronger. How is Toledo not tornado warned at the moment? Yeah, I don't know. How is this not a tornado warning in the U.S.? Because it's over the water, maybe? I mean, it's going to go right into Niles Beach, Toledo, Ohio. So this is Ohio. Yeah, so South Shore Park, Ohio, Niles Beach, Ohio. Extreme rotation there, and extreme rotation to the north. It might even be stronger northeast of Toledo right now. I mean, that is a very strong rotation couplet. I've turned the transparency down so that we can really see Essex County here. This is the concern, and that's going to go straight towards Pelee Island. So, could that be any closer? Are you kidding me? 1 second here. Could that be any closer? Oh my goodness. So this very, very, very dangerous rotation is only 16.4 kilometers away from Essex County. 16 kilometers, folks. That's how close this came to hitting Essex County. We're not done yet. Yeah, 17 kilometers away. This is 17 kilometers southwest. So this is only 17 kilometers right here. From here to here, that's 17 kilometers away. It's moving this way, right towards Pelee Island. Crossing our fingers it doesn't go due east and maybe towards Point Pelee National Park. But, I mean, it couldn't be any closer. Literally 17 kilometers. But it looks like it's going to miss Essex County. Cross your fingers here. It's over the water now. It's over the water now. Heading towards Pelee Island. Cross your fingers it's not going to hit Pelee Island either. Or it's going to weaken or something. It would be great if something is happening here. But yeah, this is likely... Oh, did that just get stronger? I think it might have got stronger. The velocities on TDWR just went way up. Oh my goodness. If this is not noise, can anybody do the math on what 40 meters per second is? What's 40 meters per second in kilometers an hour? Hold on, I'll do it quick. 40 ms in kilometers an hour. 144 kilometers an hour on one side of the rotation. And the other side? The other side's only 10 meters per second. But 144 on one side of that rotation. That is intense. Yeah, take shelter in Pelee Island. Thank you for putting that up, Brennan. Take shelter in Pelee Island immediately. That's the rotation that's heading towards Pelee Island. It has... On one side of it, it's got 144 kilometer an hour on one side. That rotation heading into Scudder. Is it Scudder? Scooter? Scudder. Scudder and Pelee Island. And then very, very strong Niles Beach, Ohio. These two supercells look very strong. What's going on back here? Okay, so there are storms we need to pay attention to that are moving into Essex County as well too. So these are the two to the south, and then we have these two moving into Essex County. Again, I've turned down the transparency so that you can see the outline of Essex County, right? You can see this outline that my mouse is moving around right now. This is Windsor, this is Amherstburg. There's Lakeshore, Kingsville, Leamington is about here. And that is Essex County right here. We still have these two storms that are heading into. Tornado warning for Toledo now. Warning continued for Detroit Beach. So the tornado warning is in the U.S. on both of these storms. Oh, we're getting 1 minute updates actually on the TDWR site. 1 minute updates at the moment. Wow. Yeah, Point Pelee. I'm very concerned with Point Pelee. If I don't know if you got a boat. I mean, obviously, it's just take shelter, but you might have some time. I don't know if that's the best advice, but I wouldn't just want to sit there and let this thing run me over either. There's still time. You still got time. But I don't know, how long is that boat ride? Probably. And those are probably pretty choppy waters right now. Yeah, it's best to just be taking shelter. I think it's best to just be taking shelter. Yeah, don't get in a boat. I hope you got basements in Pelee Island. If you don't, you got to go to the lowest level and most interior room. It's a 30-minute ride, says Chance. Yeah, no, don't do that then. Don't do that. Do not do that. Get to the lowest level, most interior room. If you don't have a basement, put as many walls between the outside and yourself as possible. Too long of a ride, says Patricia. Yeah, it's too long of a ride. Yeah. Too long of a ride. You're going to have to just get to safety. Get to a safe place. Oh my goodness. No basements, says Patricia. Sand. Most interior room, lowest level. Cross your fingers if this thing weakens. Does anyone have a camera or live feed from Pelee Island? That's a good question. That is a good question. All right, just looking in the comments again. Sorry, folks, I've been super rough lake. Yeah. Water table in Pelee is too high for basements. I see. It's a sweet one. Yeah, thank you for that. This is... Oh, C. Ryan Play Roblox says the forecast on the instant weather app is wrong. It says raining, or it's raining right now, but it says thunderstorm. So we need to change the wording on that to a thunderstorm potential, because whenever there's the potential for lightning strikes, we put thunderstorm on the app. So whether there's a thunderstorm currently or not, if there's chance for strikes, then we put thunderstorm on the app. We just need to change the wording of it. So we're not saying thunderstorms are currently happening right this second. We're saying that thunderstorms are possible. So even though it's the current condition, we need to tweak that. Yeah. So just to clarify. Yeah. If you're in Pelee Island. Yeah, if you're in Pelee Island, you need to get to the most interior room, lowest level you've got. This is a nasty, nasty storm heading over here. Everybody cross your fingers that this thing weakens before... yeah, everybody cross your fingers that this thing weakens before it hits Pelee Island, because that would be a bad situation. But yeah, both of those storms are under a tornado warning right now. And still some storms moving east towards Essex County. Whoa, was that close? Talk close. I mean, just to Essex County, 17 kilometers away. Does it get closer than that? I don't think so. That was pretty darn close. Michelle says, I hope the ferry is docked and everyone is safe on Pelee Island. They're all safe right now. But, yeah. Oh, Kate says, can you show the weather verse for the storm? Sure. Let's do a little 3D of this storm right now. Let's see what the probabilities have come to. One second here. So, where's Pelee Island? Pelee Island's down here. There's Pelee Island right there. So here's Pelee Island and the 3D weatherverse. And this is the storm heading towards them right now. 46% chance of a tornado on that storm. 46. Hail is 66, wind is 50. So severe hail 66, severe wind is 50, and the chance of a tornado is 46% on that storm that's heading towards Pelee Island. That is obviously a dangerous situation. And then there's the storm down here heading into parts of Ohio. And it looks maybe even stronger. What's it at now? Oh, 24 for tornado. 89 for hail, 57 for wind. And so this is the current line of supercells that are moving. They're moving east-southeast right now. Dog Mom was asking southwest. No, they're moving east-southeast at the moment. Let's take a look at the actual raw radar data here. So I'm going to change this. Let me bring this to 0 and bring the show summary up. And now we can actually see the raw radar data that we're using to simulate the storm. This is the main core of the storm. I can actually bring this up to show the full structure. So this is the hail core right here. Here, let me get rid of the probabilities. So that's the hail core. So the hail core is look at the hail core. Does that kind of look like a submarine to anybody else? I don't know if it's the greatest time for jokes, but kind of looks like a submarine. Just gonna put that out there. So submarine hail heading into parts of Ohio. So that's the hail core. Like, you know when you look up at a storm and it looks green? That's because you're looking up at this big ball of ice. That's why it looks green. Because because it's a giant ball of ice. So that's a giant ball of ice there, and there's a giant ball of ice heading towards Pelee Island. And we do have some hail, very vertical hail core here, heading towards Amherstburg and LaSalle. But yeah, that is an interesting shape. Should make the color yellow. Anyways, so if I keep bringing this up, there's your heavy rain. And if I bring it up even more, there's your full structure. So that's your full structure. So basically we're taking the, oh, give me 1 second. We're taking the full structure of the storm, and that's what we're simulating it with. So if I bring the show summary, let me bring the cutoff to 27. I bring the show summary down to 0.03, and I bring our radar density back up to 8, and you've got simulated thunderstorms in real time in the 3D Weatherverse. So storm's getting even closer to Point Pelee right now. We're watching from Point Pelee, carefully watching the storm as it tracks towards the members of Point Pelee here. The community in Point Pelee still showing rotation, still heading out over the water right now. And again, if you're in Point Pelee, you're going to be wanting to take shelter with the storm immediately because it still looks very nasty on radar. Still quite a nasty looking storm. Wow, those two supercells. I don't know if they could have came any closer. I'm kind of trying to turn east, but some of the storm tracks actually say east. Trying to turn east, but I don't think they've got enough in them to really come back and affect Essex County. But there are storms behind that are still concerning. There's one with a big long tail, actually, right by the Detroit radar. It's for the team to take a look at TDWR. There's still, let's go back to Instant Weather Pro here. Let me just pull this up here. Andrew says, what about St. Thomas? St. Thomas is good. I mean, you had, a tornado, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I can't even remember. What day was that? Was it yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago. It was 2 days ago. Was it yesterday? We've been live streaming like every day in Saskatchewan, in Alberta, in Manitoba, in Ontario, and they're all starting to blur together for me. Ay. All starting to blur. I don't know. What day was that tornado? Was it 2 days ago or is it yesterday? No, yesterday was the Alberta landspout outbreak. It was 2 days ago. That's right. 2 days ago, I think St. Thomas had a landspout. 2 days ago, says Brennan. That's right. Whew, 2 days, says Smith. Yeah, 2. Thank you. Appreciate that. Where is this, says Jody? We're watching these storms heading towards Pelee Island right now. Essex County still has a risk, and we're a bit concerned with these storms that are kind of heading your way right now. This one has a tail on it here, which I'm a little bit worried about. And this is the latest frame. So I think our NextRad processing has increased its performance. This one has a tail at the end of it, so I'm a little bit worried about this one. And I'm a bit concerned about this one that's heading towards Amherstburg or Amherst Point here. They're both tracking to the southeast. But I'm a little bit concerned about these particular storms as they head into Essex County. There's 3 of them here, so there's one that's going to head into... thankfully, overall, the rotation does look strong, except for this one's kind of coming together here. And of course, there's still a really strong storm heading towards Pelee Island at the moment. Holy... Sierra says, is there a tornado risk in Amherstburg? It's not entirely out of the question. It's hard to say for sure. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with these storms that are tracking to the east. What about Chatham, says Mary? It's possible you might see some severe storms. You're in our main risk area. Let's go back to our risk map here. So if you can see, this is... actually, let's just get... Brennan, can you throw that banner down just for a sec? Just so we can take a look at your forecast map. So you can see the strong severe risk is for Windsor, Leamington, Amherstburg, LaSalle, Chatham, Kent, and slight severe risk a little bit further to the north. It all depends on where these storms are going, but there are storms a little bit further to the north as well that we need to keep a close eye on. We need to keep a close eye on everything because everything is everything's spinning in this environment right now. Lots of lightning strikes as well. I know you can't see that right now, but I'm just taking a look at the forecast map. And then an isolated risk a little bit further to the north, but it's a bit questionable at this point in time. If we jump over here, you can see where we're thinking that there could be a tornado risk, which is Essex County. Maybe Chatham is in the the potential for 1 or 2 tornadoes, and an isolated tornado risk a little bit further to the north. Excuse me. We did have St. Thomas in that isolated tornado risk further to the north. But this is, we have to see where these storms eventually end up showing up. And man, did they show up. The 2 strongest we've seen so far this season. Those are the 2 strongest rotations we've seen so far this season in Ontario. And they sure showed up. The one showed up 17 kilometers southwest of Amherstburg. Whoa. That was close. That was super close. Our thoughts are with those in Michigan who were possibly affected by that. Yeah, the storm in Michigan, there's 2 storms in Michigan that may reach extreme southwestern Ontario. They might just miss again to the south, but one of them looks like it's about to head through Amherstburg. I mean, it's already probably pretty noisy there right now. Let me see. All right, 1 second. Let me jump back to our radar here. Again, this is Instant Weather Pro. If you want to join the limited beta test, head over to instantweatherpro.com. It's $99 for the year, which is like $8.25 per month. And you can help us beta test our newest, I say newest, we've been working on it for 2 years now. You can help us beta test Instant Weather Pro, finally launching it. Yeah, so this storm right here that's heading into Amherstburg, and the one back here is a concern. Let me jump back over to US radar. Okay, so this has a hook on it. This is the hook right here. You can see it. So if one thing that we have on Instant Weather Pro that isn't available on any other professional radar app is the ability to swipe back and forth between 2 products. So if you swipe over here, there is broad rotation on the storm, and if you swipe back, you can see there is a hook. And this storm is due west of Amherstburg, but it's moving to the southeast. So it's possible that it will do the same thing that last storm did and maybe just miss. But we're still concerned for Pelee Island. Still pockets of rotation here heading for Pelee Island. Maybe weaker than it once was, but I would still be on the high alert in Pelee Island for sure with that moving in. But wow, that was close. I mean, it was the strongest rotation we've seen maybe on radar all year in the Canadian area. And it was, and it was right here, and we did the math on it. It was only 16 kilometers west of Essex County. Duffman Steve says, does Instant Weather Pro have 15-minute radar updates? Instant Weather Pro has 6-minute radar updates. In Canada, it's 6 minutes, and in the US, sometimes it's 5 minutes or 2 minutes, and I think some of the radars are 1 minute. So it all depends on the scan strategy that they're working with. But yeah, I'm a bit concerned. This is under a severe thunderstorm warning now in the US, this particular storm right here that has that hook on it. I'm a little bit concerned with this one. Let me just try to reload it. With the US radars right now, I think you have to reload them manually. I don't think live mode's working for them. Live mode is working for the Canadian radars, no problem. But for the US radars, it's being a bit problematic. We do have some thunderstorms here in southern Ontario, south of Glencoe, north of Dresden. So there are some thunderstorms here, south of Sarnia as well, that we're watching. But this storm here, west of Amherstburg, southwest of LaSalle. There also is the one a little bit to the north. But yeah, still seeing, rotation heading into Pelee Island. Not as strong as it once was, but there still is rotation heading into Pelee Island. So you're still going to be wanting to stay safe in the path of that one. If you're in Pelee Island, I would still be sheltering in the path of that storm. Let's cross your fingers that maybe the water's going to weaken it. That doesn't always happen, but in some cases it can happen. Yes. But yeah, this storm that's broadly rotating right now. With it has a hook on it, and it is heading to the southeast. It maybe will miss Amherstburg. There's a storm on top of Amherstburg at the moment. Interesting. Look at the probabilities here. Yeah, this one is at a 4% tornado here. So 4% chance of tornado, but that could increase. But right now it's only at a 4. But 4 is still not too low. I've seen some pretty intense activity at a 4. But earlier, I mean, the one that was 17 kilometers southwest of Amherst, 17 kilometers southwest of Essex County, that one was at a, what was the highest we saw? 33, I think? 33% chance, or 30, was it 38? I don't know, it was pretty high. That was pretty darn high. Jessica says, what's the VTP? Ooh, that's a good question. For those who don't know, the VTP is the violent tornado parameter. It's at a 2. Anything above a 1 is significant, and it's at a red 2 right now. So it's there. See what Supercell's at. Supercell's at a 4. Regular SIGTOR is at a 1. Conditional is in place as well too. Let's see if there's any non-sup. Non-sup is overall the funnel cloud risk overall should be low. I'm talking about those landspout kind of funnel clouds we were referring to earlier, and we were forecasting further to the north and east. That shouldn't be so much of a problem, but the supercell risk is a problem. This is more of a classic tornado risk with these storms. Yeah, I don't like that big hook hanging off that storm that is near Huron Township in Michigan. Michigan has a Huron Township near Carlton and Flat Rock. I don't like the look of that storm. And let's cross our fingers. It also misses to the south and goes over the water. We don't want you here. This is the one I'm talking about right here, near Carlton. So this is, and this hook looks even stronger on Detroit Airport radar, which is what I'm talking about. So I'm watching that as well too. A second here. Emma says, I'm on a different radar, and apparently they're tracking a tornado for Pelee Island. Pelee Place? For the Pelee Place. You're on a different radar. Oh, I think you're seeing the storm markers. Yeah, there's still a TVS. It's called a tornado vector signature, I believe. And there's still a TVS on that storm that's heading towards Pelee Island. Yeah, Pelee Island is still in the risk of strong rotation heading their way. It's still a problem. So my little sister said in Amherstburg, she said the sky isn't green. Yeah, the sky doesn't always have to be green for these risks to be in place. Jody said the Pelee Island ferry is crossing to Pelee Island right now, about 45 minutes out. What? The Pelee Island ferry is on the water? We need to get the Pelee Island ferry driver on the instant weather app. If anybody knows the Pelee Island ferry driver, then you might want to get them on the instant weather app here so we can tell them what's going down. It doesn't seem good. In the water, the ferry. Yes, Adam, it's on the water. Lola says, I can't see them going out, but we have confirmation that they are out. Hail in Amherstburg right now, says Laura. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. Daryl says, oh, Captain, my Captain, get the app. Left from Leamington. What is happening? Why is the Leamington ferry on the water right now? Okay, so the rotation has increased on the storm that is west of Amherstburg. Jody says, a lady posting here in this chat is texting with her brother who is on the ferry now. And they're 45 minutes out from Pelee Island? Ferries are pretty slow, eh? Gotta get some speedboat ferries. Rotation is increasing on that storm that is west of Amherstburg. Amherstburg right now, I believe someone said they were getting some hail. Did I just see? What is happening? Oh my goodness. What is going on? Angel says, ferry is in the water, left from Leamington. I watched it leave. Can somebody please find out who runs this ferry and get them our app? Guess it doesn't matter now. Yeah. Environment Canada has a squall warning in effect. Why is the ferry leaving during a squall warning that probably mentions waterspout potential? I don't know for sure, but I would say it's probably likely. Yeah, this storm continues to be a problem. The one west of Amherstburg. Amherstburg is inside of a storm right now, but the one to the west is a problem. This one right here, showing some rotation here. Yeah, this broad rotation, no, that is the latest update. That's 648. Good. Our U.S. radar is actually working pretty darn good right now. It was slow before, but I think it's catching up. Let's go. Let's go, U.S. radar. Catching up. All right. I don't know if Dev is working on it right now, but they might have. Alan says, if they left 45 minutes ago, they're halfway there. Interesting. I hope they get there before that storm shows up. That would be bad. Chantel says, can someone contact the Coast Guard to inform them of ferry? Let's hold up and see if that storm reaches them. I don't know if that storm is actually going to hit them by the time they get there. Some of the rotation has actually fallen apart a little bit. So this is good news. That really, really, really strong rotation we saw earlier is weakening, heading towards Pelee Island. So definitely don't call the Coast Guard yet. It still looks fairly strong on the Detroit Airport radar, but it also looks quite broad. The storm to the south is way stronger. The one going into Ohio is way, way stronger. Here, I'll show you. This one. This one is bananas. But I think Pelee Island, I think things might be actually weakening heading towards Pelee Island. Now, they could increase again. I don't know for sure. These things cycle. Hard to tell. But, yeah, that hook west of Amherstburg, that might miss to the south as well. We'll see. Wait, did that just update on its own? Oh, no, I clicked it. Holy moly, folks. Pretty intense time. Let's go take a look further to the north. Let's see what's happening with these other thunderstorms. The ones heading into Sarnia. I'm going to tilt the screen here, something we can do on Instant Weather Pro. I'm going to turn the opacity back up. Looks a little nicer like that, I think. Storms heading to Sarnia, maybe a little bit of hail. Maybe some really minor rotation, but so far nothing too intense. Lightning into Wallaceburg as well. This is what's heading into Amherstburg at the moment. We heard there was some hail. We're more concerned with this storm that is not there yet, but it may just miss. Something cool we can do with Instant Weather Pro, by the way. When we're animating, we can actually zoom into the storm and see which way it's going. So the strongest part of the storm, right here, looks like it might miss Amherstburg to the south. That is the shoreline right here. There's Pelee Island. There's Leamington. I'm pointed right now. I'm pointed to the southeast right now. Just to give us an idea of which way we're looking here. There, that's pointed north. Okay. So it looks like the strongest part of this storm may miss Amherstburg to the south. That would be great if all of the strongest storms just missed extreme southwestern Ontario. That would be fantastic. Again, we don't want it to hit anybody, but we don't want it to hit. We don't want it to hit southwestern Ontario. Jenny says, "How will Kingsville get hit bad? Do you think?" There's Kingsville here, and the storm is heading this way. You're going to get the north side of the storm, but the southern side of the storm is the problem. Yeah, I think... hold on a second here. Someone's being a problem on YouTube. Give me a second here. Sorry, give me just 1 second here. Bill says it takes 90 minutes from Leamington to Pelee Island. Thankfully, I think the rotation is weakening. That is heading towards Pelee Island. Yeah, it looks like it's weakened quite a bit. The storm's getting a lot messier. So, Jerome says a hook in Thunderstorm is normally rotation. It can be, as long as there's a velocity signature underneath to support it. So if you see a hook, and then you swipe over, and you can see strong velocity co-located at the same place as the hook, that's what you have to compare. You can't just see it on the hook alone. You have to swipe over and see what's happening with reflectivity and velocity. You need to look at both. So this is rotating, and the rotation is getting stronger. And so this is trying to become a hook. And we do have rotation right here. And this is just southwest of Amherstburg. And I think that area of rotation looks like it may miss again by 10, 15 kilometers just southwest of Amherstburg. I don't think this could get any closer. There's the Pelee Island area. There is rotation here, but it's very broad and it's separated. I don't think it's as strong of a risk for Pelee Island right now, but I wouldn't be playing around with the storm. I would still be taking shelter from it. Wait till the storm passes, and then it would be time to come out. Oh, Alana found the current location of the ferry, and it's very close to Pelee Island. So I think they're okay. The ferry looks like it's right about here. From her image, the ferry is right here. So it is very, very close to reaching Pelee Island. We got to get that data. It'd be so cool to have that data on the app, like to see exactly. It'd be nice to be able to see all of the, if there's any boats in the path or anything like that. That would be super cool. But it looks like Crystal says, well, better to get nothing than tornado. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say yeah. Catherine says, a lot of bad storms miss Sarnia too. We have a chem bubble. Catherine, those are all myths. Sarnia got hit by an F4 the year I was born, and I was born in Sarnia. Before I was born. So I was born in July, and Sarnia got hit by an F4 in 1983. Before I was born. I think it was in May? Somebody look that up? I think it was in May. Kodiak coming in with a super chat on YouTube. Thanks for being live and giving us updates. You're very welcome, Kodiak. A huge thank you to those who send in super chats on YouTube, gifts on TikTok, stars on Facebook. We sincerely appreciate it. All those who have subscribed to our new beta test for Instant Weather Pro that you're looking at right now behind my head. And you can do that at instantweatherpro.com. Thank you so much. We sincerely appreciate you backing all of our projects and all of our apps and our technology. And it's been it's been a journey, but it's you know, it's a lot of hard work, but we're very excited about it. So, yeah. So, one second here. Slim says, really, really crazy thunder and lightning in Amherstburg. Let's go take a look at the 3D Weatherverse. This is another piece of software that we've been working on. Looks like there is actually a lot of lightning now in Pelee Island, right where that ferry's coming in. So, folks are on a ferry, and there is a lot of, I mean, this is live lightning data down to the kilometer here, and it's putting lightning strikes right in Pelee Island. That's basically right where the ferry is. There's also another rotating storm now that's going to miss Amherstburg to the south, and it's going to head over to Pelee Island as well. So it's not just the storm that's happening now. There's another storm that is rotating, heading towards Pelee Island as well. So let's back up and take a look at this whole cluster of storms in 3D. Pretty wild. Oh, looks like we should be getting an update there. Okay. So let's go and take a peek here. Whoa. So this is what's happening right now in Amherstburg. Looks like there is... Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of lightning and thunder in Amherstburg at the moment. Likely torrential rain. We've heard some reports of hail. There's a strong storm that you're going to get the north side of at the moment. But the southern side is the problem. One second here. Supposedly something's going bananas in YouTube here. What's going on in the YouTube comments? Nightburn coming in with a here is tea money, Adam. Thank you so much, Nightburn. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you kindly. Chuck says, if the ferry and the storm get to the pier at the same time, that's a recipe for disaster. They won't have time to moor the ferry, and the storm will pound the ferry into the pier. That could be a major problem. Yeah, it's not a great situation. I don't know who decided to take that ferry out on the water during a Environment Canada squall warning. Likely that mentioned waterspout potential. That's not great. But wow, did these ever come close? Yeah, I put TWC in a timeout there. Kate Law says, I read that apparently it was on May 2nd, 1983. Yeah, that was an F4. That was an F4 that hit 1983. And I was born a few months later in Sarnia. Then we moved to Owen. I don't remember Sarnia at all because we moved to Owen Sound right after. Victoria says, cool software. Thank you so much. Now, this is real radar data. Whoa, that's getting loud. This is real radar data and real lightning data in real time, showing off these storms. And the direction of the clouds is based on the velocity data. So this is actually wind data that is moving the clouds in the direction you're seeing in real time. Pretty crazy. Let's go fly down here. Take my Rocket Man suit. And anybody remember the movie Rocketeer? I want to add that to 3D Weatherverse so you can Rocketeer your way around. I have to get that crazy helmet. That movie was nuts. Let's see here. 1 second here. Why is my max distance so messed up? I don't know. It's strange. Okay. Anywho, so that is the storms in the 3D Weatherverse. I'm going to jump back to Instant Weather Pro. Video game style, says Crystal. Yeah, it's built inside the Unreal Engine 5. We're actually building a storm chasing video game, but not one where you just randomly chase storms in some arena. You're actually able to chase real storms in real time. So that's going to be interesting. Terrence says, can you please acknowledge my inquiry? I have acknowledged that inquiry. But I don't see your other inquiry. Can you ask again, Terrence, please? Jeff says, is that also part of the premium? If so, I'll register now, and whatever storms in my area, leave it and watch. Hope everyone stays safe. So, Jeff, the 3D Weatherverse is a separate product. We've partnered with a team in Australia called Geosynergy to create the 3D Weatherverse. So that's a separate product. It's not available yet. So Instant Weather Pro is a website, and it will be integrated into our mobile app. So Instant Weather Pro is the first ever high-resolution... Ooh, that's a lot of rotation. High-resolution radar website up to this level. That's not... We're not using mapping tiles here. This is actually true, raw radar data right inside the browser. I don't think that's ever happened before, especially not with this kind of functionality, and especially not for Canada. One second. I'm trying to see if I get that next comment from the gentleman who said, please acknowledge my... Oh. Terrence says, why is Windsor not dotted on your map? Because this map data is from a database. We want to make Windsor stand out. So when Windsor gets trumped, the way map cities work is population. So when you zoom out, they say, what has more population, this name or this name? You know, they're not like favoring Detroit over Windsor. They're just trying to say, which one has more population? Detroit has more population. Boom. It sits on top. Windsor gets swallowed by the word Detroit. That's just how the algorithm works. But the nice thing about it is, if you want to know where Windsor is, you can see it from space. You know, like basically on every single map, you can see. Not everybody gets a giant city right beside their city that they can see from space. Like in most maps, you can zoom all the way out. You basically see like Ottawa, Toronto, Detroit. So at least Windsor, from extremely zoomed out levels, you can always see Detroit. Detroit is on basically every single map ever. So, and you know, instead of being like, too bad we can't see Windsor, it's like, just pretend that you're Detroit and you can see it on the map. So, you know, for me in Barrie, okay, I can see it right here, but as I zoom out, oh, maybe on our map it's pretty good. But as I zoom out, yeah, there you go. You can't see this, but you can see Toronto, you can see typically Ottawa, and you can often see Windsor. Oh, sorry, Detroit. So I would, instead of being upset about that, I would actually be happy that you have a giant city directly beside you, is my point. I would be happy about that. Oh, Terrence said, I'm versed in geography. When I saw Comber and McGregor pinned, I had to ask. Oh, I see. Yeah, they're just not near anything that's larger, so they show up. It's just a matter of you know, you see as I zoom, more and more towns show up, right? And so that's basically just it. So Windsor shows up if you zoom way in. So if you zoom to here, hey, there's Windsor. It shows up, no problem. You know, and we get down to Instant Weather Pro, you can get right down to street level. I think we even have 3D buildings here. Yeah, check this out. So there are 3D buildings, which is cool. So in Instant Weather Pro, you can get right down to 3D buildings. You can get right down to street level. It's pretty powerful, the level of detail. So for like very detailed analyzing of raw radar data in real time, Instant Weather Pro is by far our best product. And then for incredible visuals and you know, being able to almost experience the weather in 3D, that's the 3D Weatherverse. So we'll be coming out with the 3D Weatherverse over the next few weeks, doing a beta test. But currently, right now, it is not available. But Instant Weather Pro just became available. So Anna says, Boat Watch app shows Pelee Island ferry is close to the dock alongside the island right now. So if some random Boat Watch app can get the data of where the Pelee ferry is, then I have a strong feeling we can pull that data in. So that would be useful. It would be interesting to see it in real time. Peter said, so they dropped the tornado warnings? I think the National Weather Service, there is still tornado warning in Ohio, I believe, at the moment. But the tornado warning that was just south of southwestern Ontario, I believe, has been dropped. I think so. Well, let's go take a look at Pelee Island, speaking of which. Yeah, I think they're okay. There's obviously a lot of lightning in the area. And that storm is heading over there, but hopefully the boat docks before that storm hits. So that's the storm heading towards Pelee Island at the moment. But the rotation has weakened quite considerably. Let me just take a look at another radar. I'm going to take a look at Ohio radar just to see. It might have a better perspective on it. Could be some hail, though. Hail and strong winds heading into Pelee Island. So I really do hope they get to shelter. And then the storm behind that has rotation. So, yeah, so hopefully folks in Pelee Island get off that boat quickly and get to shelter. If they are on that, yeah. Steph says the marine traffic website uses the boat's AIS to get their location. Ooh, fancy. Cool. Interesting stuff. Looks like P hail being reported west of Harrow at the moment. That's so cool that we can get like live location data from. And Janice says, can you drop a boat? What, in the 3D Weatherverse? Drop a ferry? Oh, yeah, that would be even cooler. I mean, to see it on Instant Weather Pro here would be cool, to see like the pulsing dot of the location. But in the 3D Weatherverse, to actually see a simulated ferry based on the location of the ferry, that would be pretty sweet. That would be actually pretty cool. Yeah, that would be wild. That's a good idea, Janice. That's all right. I can drop a car and drive across the water, but that's not going to be very realistic. One second here. Rob says, what about Leamington right now? Yeah, so there are storms heading through that area. The main storm we're concerned about at the moment is southwest of Amherstburg. It looks like it's going to miss again. These storms just, I mean, I say miss. Part of the storm is affecting southwestern Ontario, extreme southwestern Ontario. But the part that we're really concerned with, the rotation parts that we've been really concerned with, have just missed to the south. It's been so close. Literally 10, 15 kilometers away from the shoreline. That was so close. This is dangerous, though. Look at this. This is over in Ohio. This is still under a tornado warning right now. That is not good. That is extreme values here. What's this? 93 and 46. Yeah, so still big, strong, broad rotation on that storm, still under a tornado warning in the U.S. And we continue to watch this storm that is kind of affecting, parts of it are affecting extreme southwestern Ontario. Looks like some hail near Harrow has been reported, likely on that right there. That purple you can see. So in Instant Weather Pro, when you see purple, that typically means hail. And when the purple gets darker and stronger, you can actually see the value of it. Right here, you can see 63 dBz. So if you look right above my head at the very top of the screen, beside the word velocity up there, just beside it, you see 63 dBz, 61, 61.5. So some really cool things we've done with Instant Weather Pro that I haven't really seen on any other professional radar app is, one, put the wind speed in kilometers per hour. They, for some reason, they think Canada wants to see meters per second. Nobody wants to see meters per second. Nobody wants to see meters per second. Yeah, definitely not. And then, so we've put kilometers per hour. That was actually a very easy thing to do. It's just, you know, not a lot of people seem to care about Canada. We care about Canada. Maureen says, how do we get the Pro again? So go to instantweatherpro.com. I think we have a banner that shows that. There we go. instantweatherpro.com. You can subscribe to it. It's $99. We put it. It's normally going to be $129 for the year, which is, this is our most premium professional radar product. So if you compare it to other professional radar products, some of them are even more expensive, and some of them are up to about, I think, $150 for the year, and then some of them you have to buy for like $400. So that's pretty expensive. But so for ours, it's we have it on sale for the limited beta test. So $99 for the year, which is like $8.25 a month. And if you go to instantweatherpro.com, you can subscribe to it. And a huge thank you to those who have done that. But yeah, cool features, being able to swipe back and forth between velocity, which is wind data. So you can actually see the raw wind data, every single pixel of the raw wind data, all the way down to street level. And you can see this is 54 kilometers an hour. That one's 36. This one's 19.8. So that's very, very useful to be able to really zoom in on the wind data. So if you're tracking a storm that's heading towards your house, instead of being like on the live stream, hey, Adam, how strong are the winds heading towards my house? You can just go to the same thing the same tool that I'm using, and go check the storm for yourself and see what kind of wind speeds are heading towards your location. So, so very powerful in that regard. You can swipe back and forth between. So if you see an area rotation, you can say, is that area rotation directly associated with a storm, and if it is, that makes it more interesting for sure. You can tilt the screen, which is cool. We just added lightning data to all of our products, which is great. So now we've got raw lightning data in there, lightning density data, which is very, very useful. And yeah. And actually, the lightning data is for all of North America. So if I back up here, you can see it down here. I say North America. Was this Cuba? I think this is Cuba. Yeah. Down here in Cuba, you can see it in Florida. You can see it in Nova Scotia at the moment. What is going on in Nova Scotia at the moment? Nova Scotia had a tornado watch earlier today. You don't see that very often. Let's take a look at our friends in Nova Scotia. All right, nothing too bad. Yeah, my mom's in Nova Scotia, and I was like, and a rotating storm went right over her house. I was like, Mom, rotating storm just went over your house. And she's like, that's not good. And I'm like, no. Like, but it looks like it might be coming down. You can see lightning here. Another thing, I know I keep comparing to other radar apps, but another thing with other radar apps is they only show you the lightning on the radar station you're watching. So if you don't see lightning away, sometimes might be able to see a lightning away from the radar station, right? So if you're checking out the storm here, you might be just sitting here watching the storm and you go, oh wait, there's lightning over here on that storm, and you go and check that radar station instead. So it's pretty useful in that regard. But right now, it looks like heavy precipitation, lots of lightning heading through Essex County at the moment. Looks like there are some storms up by Sarnia as well, too, and moving through parts of southwestern Ontario. Lots of precipitation, lots of heavy rain, probably some small hail in there as well, too. But the strongest, I mean, thank goodness, the strongest storms missed by 10 or 15 kilometers just south of Essex County. So it's been quite a situation here. Still under severe thunderstorm warning in Essex County, and we continue to watch these storms closely just to see if they do anything. The environment is strong, so anything can happen. We're not necessarily out of the woods yet, but there's been some pretty good developments with things just missing. Like, this is the edge of this line right here. If you can see it, I'll zoom in. You can see Amherst Point, Lakewood Beach, Lake Erie Country Club, Lever Good Beach, Ambassador Beach, and Colchester, Harrow right here. So this is the very edge of southern Ontario, the very southwestern edge of southern Ontario, and the strongest part of that storm is again going over the water. Let's go check our friends in Pelee Island, see what they're dealing with at the moment. That storm is basically right on top of them. Is that boat docking yet? We're pretty concerned with the Pelee ferry because it decided to go out in the middle of the storm, which doesn't seem like a great choice. But there's that. So we're just making sure our friends in Pelee Island are staying safe. Let's jump back to the 3D Weatherverse here and see what's going on. Lots of lightning in Pelee Island at the moment. Let's take a look here. Let's see here. There's that storm in 3D. Let's do a little flyby. Pretty cool to see the lightning data like that. So there's the storm that we are watching heading through Amherstburg. Let's go take a look at it. Looks pretty cool with the sun peeking out over it. Yeah, so there's the storm right now that we are paying attention to. Basically clipping Amherstburg, but heading more so out over Lake Erie, which is good news. Very thankful that the strongest part of these storms have been over Lake Erie and not over extreme southwestern Ontario. So great development there. Very, very happy to hear that. Again, if you like the 3D Weatherverse, if you think this is interesting, we're getting ready to launch the beta test for the 3D Weatherverse as well, too. So we launched the beta test for Instant Weather Pro, which is the website version of what we use on the live stream to track storms, and we're getting closer to launching this, which is a separate product, but it is called the 3D Weatherverse, and we are super excited about it. So if you have a pretty decent gaming computer, I mean, you don't have to have the greatest computer to run it, but you have to have a pretty good computer to run the 3D Weatherverse. But we're going to actually be launching it eventually on PlayStation, on Xbox, on Nintendo Switch, on iPhone and Android and tablets. We're going to launch it on pretty much everything. But that is the 3D Weatherverse right now running on a PC with a good graphics card, NVIDIA graphics card, and I'm running an i5 as well too for my chip, Pentium chip. But yeah, but if you have a decent rig for gaming and you want to experience the 3D Weatherverse, and yeah, again, we're going to be turning this into a storm chasing video game. So you know, back to the idea of our whole thing is raising awareness about tornadoes and severe weather. And oh, wait a minute, wait, oh no, that's okay. That worried me for a second. But our whole thing is raising awareness about tornadoes and severe weather. And I've got this idea of, you know, if somebody's playing Fortnite or if they're playing, you know, the cooking game that my wife always plays, or they're playing, what is it, Cookout? I think so. You know, if you're playing like Call of Duty, if you're playing all these other video games, that's great, but you're not paying attention to the weather. So if we gamify weather and you're actually storm chasing real storms in real time, when you see, you know, a simulated tornado heading towards your house, then you're going to take off the VR headset and you're going to go get your family and get them to a safe place. So back to the idea of raising awareness about tornadoes and severe weather. I think gamifying this, and also, I mean, just also being able to see the storms in real time in 3D is pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty compelling to be able to say, hey, we've got a dangerous storm. It's heading in this direction. This is what the storm structure looks like. This is what the wind speeds are estimated at. Just to be able to see all this in real time is pretty cool stuff. So again, let me know in the comments what you think of the 3D Weatherverse. I'd love to hear it. And let me just jump into the comments and see. Thank you. Your updates are most informative. You're very welcome. Halyna. Halina. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. Tessa says, love that approach. Thank you so much. I'm a little concerned what's happening south of Harrow here. I'm going to go take a peek. Olivia says, confirmed tornado in Oak Harbor. Is that in Ohio? Can you confirm? Yeah, that is Ohio. Yeah, there was a confirmed tornado on that storm in Oak Harbor, says Olivia. Thank you, Olivia, for that update. Update on the Islander. Yeah, let's go take a look at the island here. Amazing Person 3409 confirming observed tornado in Oak Harbor, Ohio. So that storm that and Slim coming in saying the same thing. That storm that just missed to the south, those two storms, I would not be surprised if the northern one produced a tornado too, because that hook was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Laura says the ferry is docking. Janice says, can you track hurricanes? Yeah, we can. I can actually load up a historical hurricane here. Someone made me do that on a previous live stream. I loaded up Hurricane Ian, and we checked it out in the 3D Weatherverse, and it was pretty wild. But yeah, we can load up hurricanes. We can do it all. Jody says Pelee Island ferry has landed safely. What great news after all that stress. That is wonderful to hear. Pelee ferry landed. Let's go. Get those folks to a safe place. Obviously, there's a lot of lightning down there. Thankfully, the rotation has weakened quite a bit. But yeah, there was a confirmed tornado in Ohio from those two monster supercells we were watching. I want to switch back to Instant Weather Pro here for a second, though, because what's this little hook southwest of Harrow? There's a little bit of a hook here, but velocity looks boring. Hold on a second. 1 second. Let me do some checking on that storm. Storm's trying to be sneaky here. In Colchester and Harrow area, there's actually a hook over the water and some new rotation heading towards Pelee Island. So Pelee Island's, again, not out of the woods yet. We did have it confirmed. Yeah, there is actually, if you look at Ohio radar, if you look at Cleveland radar, just talking to the team right now, look at, I don't know if it's loaded up or not. I don't think so. Let me just flip back to the 3D Weatherverse for a second and just see if Ohio radar is loaded up. I don't think, oh, it is. Somebody's been using Ohio radar. How about that? So if I go back to Instant Weather Pro here, there we go. Thank you to the Instant Weather Pro users for queuing that up. So this is showing rotation here. This storm right here that is southwest of Harrow over the water. It's got a hook. It's got more of a hook on one of the other radar stations right now. On Detroit, it actually looks like more of a hook. But it's got a hook and it's got rotation. and it is heading in the same direction towards Pelee Island. So Pelee Island's not out of it yet. Right now, they're dealing with lightning and thunder and some hail, possibly. Probably some pretty gusty winds. But there's still this area of rotation. I mean, look at some of these wind values. This is 123.48 kilometers an hour to 14. So if you go so we're at 137. So 137 kilometer an hour rotation right here. So that's not great. But hopefully everybody getting off the boat in Pelee Island is going to get to their cottages or whatever they've got there, their houses, their cottages, and get to a safe place with that storm coming in. Alicia says, not much wind on Pelee Island right now. Rain starting to come down hard, though. We got Ashley on Pelee Island. We've got an update from Ashley on Pelee Island right now. Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate that. Ashley, keep us on for one thing. Boat is just docking now. Okay, cool. So thankfully, the storm that's heading over you right now doesn't look like it's too windy. You can actually, again, on Instant Weather Pro, you can see, 5 kilometers an hour, 7 kilometers an hour. So the winds here are not that strong. My concern, Ashley, is these winds over here that are 123 kilometers an hour. They are heading to the southeast towards Pelee Island. So we're gonna continue to stream this and watch that closely. Pelee Island is not out of the woods yet. There's another storm heading there. Hopefully, this storm heading there is doing the same thing and weakens just like the last one did. So the last one was very strong, but then weakened as it headed over the water. So we're hoping that it's going to do the exact same thing. Cross your fingers, folks. Yeah, I would say, yeah, let's hope. Yeah, 1 second here. Okay. So there's that. We got to keep watching. But we do have a confirmed. Kathy says, I can't wait for the video game version. It'll help my anxiety so much with this weather. I'm super excited. Thank you so much, Kathy. Head over to 3dweatherverse.com. Again, 3dweatherverse.com. And you can also you can sign up at the very bottom with your email, and we'll let you know when we launch the beta test as well too. Amy says, can you check your notifications? I've replied to you a few times. Sorry, Amy. There's during these moments we get thousands of messages. So we have many moderators. They're probably trying their hardest to catch things. But Amy, if you can maybe just message it here on the stream if it's nothing too personal, and I'll try my best to answer if I possibly can. Not you, Adam. Oh, sorry. You were talking to somebody else, my bad. Rob says, thinking about paying $99 for Instant Weather Pro, but what about winter storms? Yeah, winter storms are on there too. I mean, it processes all year. You're talking raw radar data. The nice thing about Instant Weather Pro for the winter is because you get to see all of the raw data, not raw, like, you know what I mean? The raw, you get to see the true raw data. You actually get to see minus dBz. So if you look at this right here, you look above my head, it says minus 0.5 dBz. And the reason that's good, you ever notice sometimes when there's snow squalls moving off of, Georgian Bay, moving off of Lake Huron, and you look at other apps and they're just not even there. And then meteorologists and storm chasers, they know that if you look at the true raw data, you can see even those very, very weak flurries. And the reason being is, a lot of apps, even our own app, Instant Weather, the data that we're using has these filters that cut off all of the lower, the weaker precipitation, because they're trying to get rid of noise. But what they end up doing is they get rid of so much of the precipitation that you see a snow squall and you can see it's snowing above you, and you check radar and it's got like nothing, and you're like, why is there nothing on radar, but it's snow? It's like flurries all around me right now. That is on radar. It's just being filtered out by most radar. And that's why it's really good to have true raw radar data. So yeah, for Instant Weather Pro for wintertime, yeah, it's going to be solid. And, if there's like, if you have thunder snow, then you can actually see the lightning strikes as well too. So. Brennan, what? Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm just looking at something in our team chat here. What is happening? Wait, which one? The one from Joshua or the one from Tracy? Or did I don't know what he's talking about. I'm trying to moderate as best I can, but I don't know what's going on here. Petra says, I think the 3D app is so cool, but I don't think I have a strong enough computer. So to clarify, the 3D Weatherverse is in the same game engine. It's called Unreal Engine. It's in the same game engine as Fortnite. So if you can run Fortnite, then you can run. So that's a kind of a good comparison. So download Fortnite. I mean, it's a little more intensive than Fortnite. It's somewhere between like Microsoft Flight Simulator and Fortnite. So because Microsoft Flight Simulator has all, cool clouds and all that kind of stuff. So if you can run Fortnite on your computer, then chances are you can run at least a watered down version of the 3D Weatherverse. So Sue says, is the North Shore of Lake Erie at risk of flooding? There's a lot of precipitation going on right now. So it's possible that flooding could be an issue. It's not a guarantee, but it's certainly possible. Let me just see what's going on. The storm that's heading towards Pelee might be weakening. There's a lot of lightning heading there right now. But the storm that was rotating might be following that same kind of situation. It looks better from the Ohio radar, though. Looks still pretty strong. So we're going to continue to watch this as it heads toward Pelee Island. Oh, it's got more hail on it now as well. And Instant Weather Pro, you can see the hail here because it's got that purple look to it. Yeah, so if you see purple, and again, you can zoom right into literally every single bin, every single pixel, every single polygon. So 66.5 dBz. Yeah, it's very possible that that is hail at the moment. Let me just swipe over here, take a look at some of these other storms. The storm that is over Lake St. Clair right now just kind of caught my eye. Doesn't look too bad from Canadian data. Let's look at it from Detroit. From Detroit, it's fine. All right, it just looked a lot stronger from Ohio data. But Ohio's quite a distance from it. So it's got some upper level rotation, but nothing strong towards the surface. I believe this has been confirmed. A tornado did touch down in Ohio. This storm just missed us to the south and then touched down in Ohio. And I believe it's a confirmed tornado in Ohio. Southwestern Ontario, our friends at WX Ontario on Twitter says Southwestern Ontario dodged a major bullet. I'd say so. Holy. Those storms were bananas, and they just missed to the south. So that was pretty intense. Not over yet, folks, but it was obviously super intense we were dealing with there. So we're still seeing that rotation over the water, heading towards Pelee Island. It has weakened some. Just banging back and forth here from different radar stations. It doesn't look as bad on Detroit radar. What about Detroit Airport radar? Hold on. It's kind of broad on Detroit Airport radar. Broad means weaker. It's not as organized. The strongest it looks right now, I mean, they're still seeing values of 96.48 kilometers an hour. So it could be some really strong winds heading into Pelee Island. We're still a bit concerned with Pelee Island right now. We're going to continue to watch this closely. Thank you, Alana. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Oh, I see, Brennan. I see what he's referring to. That's random and funny. Kathy says, love having the beta version of Instant Weather Pro. It's absolutely amazing and so fantastic. Best decision to purchase. Thank you, Adam and team. Thank you so much, Kathy. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's like our baby, right? We've been working on it for so long, and for like 2 years, people are like, launch it. How come you haven't launched it yet? And we're like, no, we just got to make it just a little bit better, And at some point in time, you finally have to say, okay, the U.S. radar needs some work. But the U.S. radar has been working. It's been working pretty darn good tonight. It was slow to start off with, and I saw an error, and then something improved, and now it's working great. So U.S. radar is working great, perfect, and yeah, I don't think the live update works on the U.S. radar. I think you have to click it off and click it back on again. That's what I've been doing. So got to improve that. But we added lightning to it now. We're about to add the warning polygons for for all Environment Canada warnings, and we want to also add our own custom polygon. So we like do a polygon and we say like rotation detected. We want to actually add that as well. Speaking of our custom updates, I want to remove some of them from the app right now. So let me go through them here and see. Okay, I got to remove one from Nova Scotia. Actually, I still have some from Nova Scotia from this afternoon. Oops, I need to take those off. Let me get rid of those here. Hold on a second here. I'm going to get rid of the strong storm with tornado potential for Essex County, because that was definitely the truth, but it just ducked to the south. I'm going to pull off the Take Shelter Pelee Island for now, because that extreme rotation has weakened. I'm going to pull off the severe thunderstorm potential for Essex County that Brennan posted earlier as well. Give me one sec here. Okay, so I've pulled a bunch of them off of the app. And we still just want to keep an eye on the storm that's heading to Pelee. I might send another notification for Pelee, but... oh. Okay, Brennan's going to bring up... Unless he already did. Brennan, did you already bring it up or no? Brennan's going to bring up the video from... So this is a video from @DavidWellsWX on... Whoa! This was in Ohio. This is what Southern Ontario just missed. Whoa, what was that structure it hit? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's not good. Whoa. Oh, look at the power flashes. Look at the debris. Oh my goodness. So that was just south of southwestern Ontario in Ohio. Yeah, look at velocity. Hold on a second. Someone just said look at velocity over... oh, 1 second here. If we could just hit F5. You know the best part about a website is? Just hit F5. Sometimes when... some random occasions with US radar, and sometimes when you're switching between different products, you can get that the white screen for a second. Just hit F5 or hit refresh, and you can refresh in some other pro. That's the nice thing about being a website is you can just refresh it. But it looks like... I don't know if we've got that update yet. 1 second here. That is the 733 from Detroit. 1 sec, let me see. And we've got the 730. Oh, they're running a faster strategy now. Oh, okay. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, somebody said check velocity. That was a good idea. Why? Maybe I need to notify Pelee again. Yeah, I think I'm notifying Pelee again. I'm going to send a notification to Pelee Island again. It's not going to be as strong as it was last time, but it's going to say rotation, a new rotation detected heading towards Pelee Island right now. So let me just do that quickly. I've already got a polygon for them, so that's easy. 1 second. Okay, let's flip over to that, and I will do that in real time here on the stream. Again, we have 28 people in Pelee. So we had 25 last time. 3 more people from Pelee Island have downloaded our app. Oh, it's got a hook on it, actually. If you look at, just to the team, if you look at TDTW, it actually shows a hook and a TVS now. It's not great. And it looks really strong from it actually looks very strong from Cleveland Radar. I'm going to go orange, and I'm going to say new rotation detected. We detected a new area of rotation on this storm over Lake Erie, tracking to the southeast towards Pelee Island, showing up strongest on Cleveland radar. Also, severe hail is possible with this storm and damaging wind gusts. Please be prepared as it moves to the southeast. Okay. It may also have the risk for I already said hail and damaging wind. So for isolated flooding and frequent lightning. I'm actually going to take this line out because I already say that in the next one. So, okay, perfect. So, okay, so what is it? 7:38. It'll be 7:39 by the time I'm done. Just watch. Every time it does that. So click on here, click, click, click. And I want to get rid of this link because it's broken. And I want to get rid of this link because it's broken. We need to take that right out of the code. That would save me some time. Teresa brings up a good point. If you have subscribed to Instant Weather Pro, then make sure you add help@instantweather.ca, our email address. Add it to your address book so that our emails don't end up in your spam folder. Because some folks have found that the emails have ended up in their spam folder. That storm's got a hook on it, actually. On Detroit Airport radar, it's showing a hook. Oh, well, this is not great. Okay, I'm going to send that message in right now, 7:39. Looks good to me. Okay, so I just notified all the folks in Pelee Island about that new storm coming in right at the moment. I don't know why I made the polygon so big. Maybe somebody's on a boat, then they'd still get it. Let's see here. Jump back to Instant Weather Pro. Yeah, so still a strong storm heading towards Pelee Island. This is the rotation that was from that confirmed tornado in Ohio that you saw earlier. But again, if you've subscribed to Instant Weather Pro at instantweatherpro.com, two things. One, add help@instantweather.ca to your address book, because Teresa is going to be sending you instructions on how to access the website. So, yeah, our thoughts are with all those affected in Ohio. This is still going really strong in Ohio, so our thoughts are with those affected, and we're still watching this storm carefully. A couple of other storms in southwestern Ontario I want to keep an eye on. Lake St. Clair storm is interesting. Excuse me. I hope I didn't make everybody yawn by yawning, but so the storm heading into Pelee Island is a bit of a concern. Getting a better look at it from Cleveland radar, and again, some really strong wind values and some rotation in there as well. And that storm is heading with hail and very strong winds and some rotation heading into Pelee Island again. So there's that. Also, too, I saw somebody sent us an email, and they wanted us to send them notifications about when the 3D Weatherverse was available. Even better, if you could subscribe to us on YouTube, search 3D Weatherverse on YouTube, and subscribe to us there. Search us on Facebook, 3D Weatherverse, subscribe to us there, and search us on Twitter if you're on there as well too, at 3D Weatherverse, and give us a follow there as well too. And yeah. Yeah, and that will, when we launch the 3D Weatherverse, which is only going to be a few weeks away, then that beta test, then we will definitely notify everybody through our social media accounts of when it's launched. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And again, thank you to all those who have subscribed to Instant Weather Pro. We've had quite a few folks subscribe tonight, and we really sincerely appreciate it. We're excited. When you launch a new product, you're like, is anybody gonna care? You know what I mean? Like, we think people are gonna care, but like, are people actually gonna care? It turns out people actually really care. We've had a lot of subscriptions, and it's been excellent. So, justifying 2.5 years and tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars of development. A lot of development has gone into both Instant Weather Pro and the 3D Weatherverse. A boatload of development. Speaking of a boatload, we hope everybody got off the boat in Pelee Island, and they're in a safe place now, because this storm coming in looks pretty nasty. Still going strong. Hail, strong winds, rotation, heading into Pelee Island at the moment. So, yeah, we hope everybody's staying safe with that one. I'm going to go take a little stroll down the street in southwestern Ontario. I know there's lots of folks in different areas that are wondering what's going on for their location. Could be some strong winds heading into Mitchell's Bay coming off of Lake St. Clair. Yeah, I'm looking at rain right now, and now I'm looking at wind. So this is hold on, how do we do this? No, I have to do it the other way. So wind, rain, wind, rain. Yeah, and so it could be some pretty gusty, strong winds. This says 48 kilometers an hour, so maybe not too intense, but with the lightning and the rain, it could get pretty intense. Here's that rotation and the hail core that is heading into Pelee Island at the moment, southeast into Pelee Island. So that's a concern. Yeah, so we got to watch that carefully. On TDTW radar, it looks like it's got a hook. It's got a TVS. It's got two TVSs. Those are tornado vector signatures. Two TVSs. By the way, we'll be adding those storm tracks and the TVSs and all that kind of stuff. Not only are we adding the US data, but we're also going to add. We're going to be developing. We're going to be working on those type of storm tracks for Canadian radar, which has never been done before. So some really, really cool stuff that has never been done for Canadian radar is coming to Instant Weather Pro. So we're stoked about that. Sorry. Let's see here. Megan says, "Hey Adam, is the Instant Weather Pro shareable with household members, or is it registered to one device only?" Yeah, if you want to, for the beta test, if you want to, share it with some household members, that's, if they're in your household, it's all good. I think that's probably fine. So basically, when you get Instant Weather Pro, it's a password to the website. So at some point in time, we're going to lock that down to probably one subscription per user. But for the beta test, if you want to share it within the household, that's fine. We'd appreciate it if you didn't share it with all your friends and all of that kind of stuff. That would put a pretty big strain on our servers. But what we're going to do probably is lock it down to an IP address. So the similar to kind of like how Netflix is now saying, you can't share your Netflix password with somebody in a different household. It can only be locked down to kind of one IP address or in one location. So we'll probably ask for location services at some point in time so that we can see wind turbine on fire east of Chatham, possibly hit by lightning. Oof, that's not great. There's a wind turbine that may have been hit by lightning east of Chatham, Kent. East of Chatham, Kent. Wind turbine possibly on fire. Patricia and Lindsay on our team, if it's safe to do so, go look east. They're in Chatham, Kent. Brendan's going to bring it up on the stream. But yeah, so if you want to share it with husband or your wife or maybe your kids, that's fine. It's all good. Cheryl said Vortex song time. Maybe. Brendan's going to bring this up. This is a video from Twitter of a wind turbine that may have been hit by lightning. It's not great. Brendan, when you have that, bring it up. Still strong storm heading towards Pelee Island. Pelee Island's about to get the strong storm that they didn't get the first time. The first one weakened. But it looks like Pelee Island is there's still rotation, hail, and some very strong winds heading into Pelee Island right now. It looks a little bit better on Detroit radar, but it definitely looks stronger on Ohio radar. Speaking of strong, I wouldn't be surprised if that Ohio storm's still producing a tornado. The storm that just missed southwestern Ontario and moved into Ohio produced a tornado earlier. We showed it on the stream, and it was pretty intense. Pretty intense for sure. Crystal says, take shelter, Pelee Island. I would think so. I sent a rotation detected to them, so hopefully they're paying close attention to that one, because that storm's pretty nasty. Just to clarify, 11% tornado risk on that storm heading into Pelee Island. 69% severe risk, 67% severe hail, 51% severe wind, and 11% chance of a tornado on that storm. And again, we'll be adding those percentages to Instant Weather Pro. So if you subscribe to Instant Weather Pro, we will be adding those severe probabilities to Instant Weather Pro for everybody to track as well. Shannon says, so far all is good on Pelee Island. Yeah, let me show you what's going on, Shannon. Matthew says, love to see this app with snowstorms. Yeah, it's gonna. We were tracking snowstorms with it all winter. But yeah, I'm excited to have everybody else check it out, especially when there's like thunder snow, and it's gonna be really interesting. This is the storm that's heading towards Pelee Island right now. 98 kilometers an hour on radar, 98.28 kilometer an hour values. This is a pretty nasty storm heading right into Pelee Island right now. So there's that. Shannon says, I'll keep you posted. Yeah, Shannon, make sure you're not near a window. Yeah, you're going to be wanting to take shelter with that one. It looks pretty strong. Rob says, monthly payments for Instant Weather Pro is always a good idea, like how you're thinking there, but it might be overall for the yearly payments. Yeah, so we'll eventually have monthly payments, but for the beta test, it's a logistical nightmare for us to have the monthly payments because we're doing it all by hand right now. So that's why we're just doing the yearly. So this is a video on Twitter. What was the name here, Brennan? Oh, at Albert. Oh, so ALBERT TENUTA. Albert Tenuta. Albert Tenuta posted this on Twitter of it looks like lightning may have hit. I mean, you can see the lightning flashing in the background. Looks like lightning may have hit a wind turbine and is on fire right now. Whoa. Thank you for sharing that, Brennan. That's freaky. Oh my goodness. Nathan Piche coming in. Here in Victoriaville, Quebec, we had a big storm with some rotation on it, damaging hail, strong gusts, and frequent lightning. We're in that storm, but it weakened, and I don't think there's any storm now. Thank you so much, Nathan. Appreciate that update. Nathan, if you're in the Quebec area, we'd love to build up our Quebec team. So shoot us an email, by the way, Nathan, if you're an avid storm enthusiast. Shoot us an email at help@instantweather.ca and let us know your passion for weather. We definitely need some more coverage in Quebec. Quebec gets crazy storms, crazy tornado outbreaks, and we need more coverage out there. So if you'd like to send us an email about your passion for weather, and we'll chat. And definitely send us an email, please. Stephanie says, sorry, what city was the wind turbine on fire again? It's eastern Chatham, Kent, or east of Chatham, Kent. One of the two. I don't know. Patricia, can you see it? Oh, she says, no wind turbine on fire visible to our east from Chatham. So, yeah. It's in Muirkirk, Muirkirk, east of Chatham, Kent. I see. There's a hook on this storm heading towards Pelee Island. There's a hook. There's rotation. There's very strong winds. Dorothy says, how about Ottawa? I think Ottawa's fine right now. TG says, poor Ohio, that velocity is looking rough. Yeah, it is looking rough. It's looking intense. Matthew's asking about Brockville. Brockville's good. Oh, Matthew says, I'm in Brockville, Ontario, if you guys need anything here. Okay, cool. We're always looking for passionate team members, so hit us up. Nathan says, with pleasure, there is potential for severe thunderstorms tomorrow in Quebec. I will definitely look at the potential of seeing strong storms and funnel clouds. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that. This storm heading towards Pelee Island looks pretty darn nasty. Does not look as nasty as the storm that's in Ohio right now. This thing looks ridiculously strong. This rotation is ridiculously strong, and the winds are insane. There's actually multiple areas of rotation in Ohio right now. Ohio looks, I mean, if you take this radar and move it slightly to the north, it could have been a very bad situation for southwestern Ontario, but it's currently a very bad situation for Ohio. Still seeing 9% tornado risk on that storm heading into Pelee Island. That's pretty high. Kathy says, this is the best weather app ever. I'm so glad I got it. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Kathy. Kathy, subscribe to Instant Weather Pro. You can do the same if you'd like, instantweatherpro.com, and Teresa will send you the instructions. Pelee Island. This is a nasty storm heading your way. I hope everybody's staying safe in Pelee Island because it looks pretty nasty. Doesn't look as strong from Detroit, but Cleveland is closer to it now, and Cleveland looks strong. Look at this. This storm is heading directly into Pelee Island right now. I posted the rotation update for them. I hope everybody's taking shelter. Tomo says, what's the velocity readings on that couplet by Pelee? 54 and 39. 64.8. So 65 and 36. But this is a weird spot for the rotation. Oh, that. I don't know if that's a merge. I would think if there was rotation, it'd be more down here. I don't know. It's weird looking. But there's a hook on Detroit Airport radar. There was a tornado report. Remember that one that just missed Amherstburg to the south, and I was freaking out over it because it had a crazy hook, and it was Detroit Beach and Woodland Beach tornado report. Both of those crazy strong supercells produce tornadoes. Tornado report in Woodland Beach and tornado report in Ohio. Both of those storms. They just missed southwestern Ontario. Just 17 kilometers away from southwestern Ontario. If you took both of those storms and you moved them slightly to the north, that could have been a very dangerous situation for how populated Essex County is. That had gone straight through Amherstburg. That had gone straight through. I mean, I'm talking in theoreticals here, but yeah, I'm very grateful. I mean, I'm not grateful that it hit Michigan and that it hit Ohio. Our thoughts are with all those who were affected by the storm there. But for those who are in southwestern Ontario, I'm sure you are as well too. Very grateful. We have a big community in southwestern Ontario, and I'm sure they're very, very grateful that those two monster supercells just missed. I mean, 17 kilometers. Nathan Piche says if it hits Pelee Island, I wouldn't be surprised if EC issues a tornado warning. Like if they're gonna do it, it would be now. Like there's no point in issuing it once it hits. I don't know if they're watching Detroit radar, but Detroit radar's further. They need to be watching Cleveland radar. Oh, hello. Newest update showing some rotation right in Pelee Island. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I posted a rotation update for Pelee Island. I mean, if it was like a crazy strong, if this was what's happening, like if this was what's happening going into Pelee Island, I would be screaming. We'd send out another purple notification saying take shelter now. But we do have some rotation, so Pelee could see a little tornado. It's possible. It's possible. It's not completely out of the question. Hilda says, does Instant Weather Pro work well on an iPad? Yeah, it actually works great on an iPad. In fact, if you, for those who are using Instant Weather Pro, if you use it on an Apple device, I know you love Chrome. We all love Chrome. But actually use Safari, because Safari gets rid of what's called the Chrome is actually, like the thing at the top that has the address bar. It gets rid of it. So if you look at it on your iPad, it's like full screen, and if you look at it on your phone, it's full screen as well too. So you can see like that. Oh, green screen's ruining me. Hold on a second here. Here, I'll go back to there. There is green in here, but my green screen's taken away at all. But yeah, it fills the whole screen. It would look so many notifications. It fills the whole screen like that. So many notifications. Anyways, so yeah, and what you do too is a really good trick is you load it in Safari, you log in, and then what you want to do is you click the little share button and you click add to home screen, and then it actually is on your home screen like an app button. Again, eventually we're going to add it to the app. We're going to add it to Instant Weather. But Nathan says, I hope there won't be any tornado. I agree. I sincerely hope so. Pelee Island, rotation in Pelee Island at the moment. Kind of a hook on that storm. Heading into Pelee Island right now. Cross your fingers it doesn't do anything. But there's going to be hail Give me some really strong winds. Let's hope it weakens. Everybody cross your fingers for Pelee Island right now. Pelee Island in the bullseye again. Again. Oh, Lana found video of that's the Detroit Beach? Widespread reports of trees and power lines down Detroit Beach. I mean, when I saw that thing on radar, I knew that was touching down. There's zero. What? The Pelee Island storm is now at a 15% tornado risk. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. Pelee Island. I'm going to go ahead and say you might want to take shelter at Pelee Island. 15% tornado risk right now for Pelee Island. Yeah, 15%. On the old version, it's 41% tornado risk on the old version. The new version's more accurate, but it's at a 15% tornado risk. That's not low. That's not low. On the old version 2 of the probabilities, it's at 41%. It's interesting to compare them, but it's 15% on the new version. 15% tornado risk for Pelee Island right now. Oh, man, that's pretty high. Oh, my watch is telling me to move. Everybody stretch it. Let's go. Every time Siri tells me to move, I'm making you all stretch. Everybody stretch. I know this is annoying, stressful. Oh, but we have to stretch it out. If you're, we're all hunched over looking at our phones or our iPads. It's actually much better if you have a TV that can do YouTube. Watch us on YouTube. It's so much better. Fills the whole screen. You can you still use your phone to do other things. Watch us on YouTube is the best. Thank you to all those who have subscribed to us on YouTube as well. We just hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's go. Oh, man. It looks so bad down in Ohio. I hope everybody's taking shelter down there in Ohio right now. It looks so bad. Look at this. This is so strong. Oh, my goodness. Look at this hook. You want to talk about a hook, folks? This is a hook. You can see this is the main, this is the forward flank downdraft. You can see the thing wrapping into here. And then when you swipe over, oh my goodness. Let's see what the probability of that one is. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? 44% tornado risk in Ohio. If that thing's not producing a tornado right now, I'd be shocked. I would be shocked. Monster hook echo. I mean, look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Pontiac, Ohio, Havana, Peru, Bismarck. I really hope they're all taking shelter right now. This is an absolutely beast supercell. Big classic hook echo. That is a dangerous, dangerous storm. Oh my goodness. Flames on TikTok says, how bad will Cleveland get hit? Cleveland's getting... Cleveland? Sorry, I thought you meant Ohio for a sec. I don't know if... I think the storm is going to maybe miss Cleveland. That's Cleveland radar. Oh. Where is Cleveland? Oh, there's Cleveland proper up here. No, this one's going to miss Cleveland. It's heading to the southeast. But oh my goodness. That thing is dangerous. That is a dangerous storm. But let's go back to Pelee Island. We're trying to cover southern Ontario at the moment. Pelee Island, still a major concern. Where's our Pelee Island people? Hold on a second here. Amanda says, can you clarify what a hook actually means? So it means the storm is... the strongest part of the storm is curling and creating... and it's basically a sign of rotation. But you need to have a rotation couplet underneath the reflectivity at the same time. You need to have, basically, underneath the rain, you have to have winds that are spinning. So if you have a giant hook, and then you also have, you look at the winds, and they're going crazy like right now. I'm going to show you that. So Pelee Island, strong winds, some rotation. I hope that weakened a little bit. It may have weakened just a little bit at Pelee Island. Oh, my goodness. But like this, I mean, look at this. From Detroit radar, it looks ridiculous. I mean, it looks like a mess from Detroit radar, but from Cleveland radar, you can see the hook. This is the hook. So follow my mouse cursor here. Here's your main core of the storm. Here's the hail core. And then this right here I'll zoom in and show you. This is hooking. You have a hook. And the hook is representative of the RFD, the rear flank downdraft. And inside, so the reason we have this really cool tool on Instant Weather Pro is the ability to swipe over so you can see the different products. So you're like, okay, so there's a hook there. That's, yeah, hook is one part of the story. Is there actually, you know, really, really strong wind velocity underneath there? And you swipe this over and go, yeah, there is. This is crazy strong rotation. Very strong rotation, very classic hook echo. This is an incredibly dangerous storm in Ohio right now. And this storm just missed. So look, let's look at southwestern Ontario. That storm came down right here. I mean, it only missed by 50 kilometers. And then there was another one that produced a tornado right here, and it missed by 17 kilometers. If you remember earlier in our live stream, you saw those two, they were going like this, these two crazy supercells that just missed. Oh my goodness, those are dangerous. Those are dangerous. That was a dangerous storm. Yeah, it's talking about like what is a hook. So I'm doing it the wrong way here, like this. So this storm is hooking like this. And my finger is a terrible example, but it's hooking like that. There's a hook on the this way. I'm inverted here, so it's hard to do it. There's a hook this way. In if you watch Australia storms, they hook the other way. Wait, did I just do it right again? I did it right again, sorry. Australia storms hook this way. But over here, they hook this way. Pelee Island. Where's our Pelee Island people? We had them on the stream. Where'd they go? TWC Myers on YouTube. I put you in a timeout, and it looks like you're back. So hopefully you don't get put in a timeout again. I feel like a teacher. I've placed you in timeout. You think about what you've done. And then when you're ready to come back to the class, you can. Minty Michaelis? Minty Michaelis? Minty Michaelis. I don't know. What kind of post-secondary education would someone need to get into this kind of work? Meteorology, atmospheric science, or are there other options? Just curious. No, meteorology and atmospheric science is the way to go. If you do it online, you can do it through MSU, Mississippi State University. That's what meteorologist Elena Franks on our team did. Meteorologist Jason Brand and meteorologist Ryan Paris. All three of them on our team went to MSU. Yeah, I'm personally not a meteorologist. I started as a storm chaser, and then I launched Ontario Tornado Watch, which then we launched Ontario Blizzard Watch, we launched Instant Weather Ontario, and now the entire thing's called Instant Weather. And yeah, so long story short, I probably at some point in time should go and pursue a degree in meteorology. But currently I'm a little busy, but it's on my bucket list to do that. Yeah, I mean, you can, if you want to track storms, you just need professional radar data. And then you go just watch tornadoes happening right now. For example, Ohio. You know, the more you watch it, the more you track them, the more you pay attention to when something looks like rotation, but it's not, or something looks weak, but maybe it ends up producing a funnel cloud. Like, the more you pay attention to this, I've been doing this for about 13 years now, and just really, really, truly paying attention to radar as much as I possibly could. Sully says, how long were you storm chasing for? So I storm chased from about 2009 to 2013. So for about 4 years. And then in 2013, here comes the story. Brennan's getting ready for it. I told the story way too many times, but I almost died when a 7,500 square foot roof got thrown at my Brennan's typing, I can see it, at my Corolla. And then it was an EF1 tornado, 175 kilometer winds. It was in Melancton, Ontario, just north of Shelburne, northwest of Shelburne. And thankfully, we just got out of the way, just got to safety. And yeah, and then I was like, hey, let's start a Facebook page, because unfortunately that storm had no tornado warning, had no severe thunderstorm warning. We were like, what's going on? Something like, we need to like get the word out about these storms. We were just so frustrated. So we started we said, hey, let's start a Facebook page, and here we are 10 years later. It's been a wild ride. Our thoughts are with all of those in Ohio. I really hope everybody on Pelee Island is safe because that storm looked pretty nasty. Samantha says, we traveled through Barrie on the weekend when there was a massive tornado outbreak in 2009. Are you referring to the tornado outbreak that was in like the Vaughan Woodbridge area? Because the Vaughan Woodbridge area was 2009. The tornadoes that have gone through Barrie would be 1985 was an F4 with 8 fatalities, and then and we always go back to where our thoughts are with all those who were affected from that one. That one was ridiculously, that was a crazy storm. I was only 2 years old, but historically we've studied that storm in deep context, and it was horrifying. But then Barrie got hit in 2014. Just the southwest corner of Barrie got hit from the Angus EF2 tornado. It just hit at Essa and Mapleview and threw a couple shipping containers. And then Barrie also got hit in 2021 with an EF2 that damaged about 70 homes in southeastern Barrie. Amanda says, so hooking always occurs in Canada looking at radar from right to left. Typically. And as long as the storms are moving in a left to right, if they're moving from west to east, then typically that's the way, or this is the way the hook works. But sometimes the storms can be moving from north to south. Sometimes the storms, also too, there's a bookend vortex. A bookend vortex, I wrote a song about it actually, and people keep asking me to sing my bookend vortex song. With a bookend vortex, it's actually, like the one that threw the roof at me was a bookend vortex, and it's actually the north side of the storm hooks back the other way and has rotation. So Barrie 2021 was a classic supercell, but 2014, the Angus storm, I believe, was a bookend vortex, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that might have been a classic supercell too. But yeah, so a bookend vortex on the northern side of the storm. So there's other ways that it can happen as well too. But typically, thank you so much, Kenny. Appreciate the update. I hope everybody's staying safe down in Texas. Tornado warning in Waterman, Ohio, says Ian. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Olivia says, getting the degree, it might help me understand the weather a bit more, and it might help my anxiety. Yeah, I mean, it's safe to say that I probably experienced some sort of storm anxiety as well too, and I think that's probably what's spurred my interest. Was I wanted to learn more about it, because if something scares me, I want to know as much about it as I possibly can. Brittany says, is the GTA still in a funnel cloud risk? Probably not. I think the GTA is probably okay. Alienator says, did your wife storm chase with you? No, she had no interest in it at all. And she was happy when I calmed it down a little bit. After after the roof landed, I was like, nah, I should dial it down a bit. But then I went back out again and got in some more dangerous situations. And I was like, yeah, maybe I should calm it down. So we're asking about Pelee Island. Nathan says, anything about Pelee Island? 1 second here. Oh, Cleveland went down for us. I don't know if Cleveland's down in general. Let's see. Is Detroit up? Oh, did all our radars go down? No, I still got... Our U.S. radars went down for some reason. Not sure why, but yeah. Where's our Pelee South people? 1 second here. Our it seems the U.S. radar went down into some other pro. Again, we were having with the beta test. We need to improve the U.S. radar loading. It's been working pretty darn good tonight, but now it seems you know what? Probably I wonder if folks are loading radars all over the U.S. and then maybe it overwhelmed it. That's possible. It's possible. That happens. Well, Brittany says the app still has the notification for it. Oh. I see. I will remove that. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the severe storm and tornado risk polygons from the app. Yeah, I'm going to pull those off now. So I think Yeah, I think if you refresh it and give it a minute, it should be off the app now. I just pulled them off manually, so 1 second here. Drippy says, I have storm anxiety, but I love keeping up with it. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to keep up with it. That's an important thing for sure. Sancho says, will the storm hit Toronto? I don't think so. Let's go take a look. Actually, you know what? There is some lightning to the west, so yeah, you might see something. Our U.S. radar exploded. Oh, it's back. Detroit is back. Velocity's not there. But we got some reflectivity. I see. It's working its way back. Oh, and then now Detroit's gone. All right. Well, U.S. radar may have exploded, but Canadian radar. Oh, did Canadian radar explode too? Ah, that's what the beta test is for. It's called let's get too many users on it and try to make the thing break. We did this last night. I think we got it to break last night. We had too many users on it. I think we got it to break. And it broke. Wah, wah, wah. And it broke. Oh, well, it was nice while it lasted. But you know what does work? The 3D weatherverse. When all else fails, let's go look at the storms in 3D. 1 second here. I think one of my devs just... Okay, he says we should just be able to reboot the server. All right. I'll try. I'm going to try to reboot the server. It might work. You never know. But let's go look at these storms. I'm going to load up Cleveland radar here. Give me 1 sec. Liam on our team says, I literally opened TikTok to Adam going, wah, 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 on the broken radar screen. It happens. Oh, these are the wild storms down here in the States. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, they're not so well. Let's see here. They're not doing so good. Okay, let's take a look at Point Pelee here, though. That's Lakeshore. 1 second here. Whoa. Okay, Pelee Island. There's your storm. So there's the Pelee Island storm. Tracking away from Pelee Island now at the moment. And hopefully everybody stayed safe there. I'm going to go try to reboot the Instant Weather Pro radar proxy. Give me 1 second. Yeah, definitely exploded. Okay. Actions. Launch instances. Reboot instance. All right. Wish me luck. Rebooting. We'll see. We'll see. That did something, because now it just says loading data. So we'll see. But again, the 3D weatherverse works. So we've got that. So the data's still processing. It's just our proxy server to S3 is having some issues. So again, it's cool. I'm going to jump to... Oh no, Brennan, please. Please no. All right, let's give it 1 second. Let's continue to watch these storms. Just went through Pelee Island. Hopefully everybody's okay. I do want to hopefully hear from the people that are in Pelee Island, and hopefully everything was fine there. I don't know. Let me see here. Let me see. Give me just one moment. Oh, I see Brennan's got the current alerts up right now. Severe thunderstorm watch in the orange areas and severe thunderstorm warning in red. Brennan, I don't know if orange is the best color for the watch because it's kind of hard to separate it from the red. I'm just wondering about people that have problems kind of separating those colors. Oh, it's because of the tornado risk. Ah, that's right. It does mention the tornado risk. That's a good point. Good point. That's a valid point. Well, I rebooted the proxy server, but I don't think it did anything. That's a beta test for you. Fun times. Daniel Main says, all good on Pelee Island. Rain and wind calmed down as fast as it started. Awesome. Okay, good. I'm glad. Because Pelee looked intense, but that storm has now moved out of Pelee Island, so I'm going to get rid of that notification for Pelee. I'm glad that storm didn't produce anything too intense. I mean, at least exactly where you were. Maybe further to the south in southern Pelee Island, it could have produced something significant, but thankfully, it looks like it didn't. That is great news, for sure. That is excellent. Brennan, can you throw the alert thing off the screen, please? I like looking at 3D radar more than alert blobs. Ah, that's nice. Fancy. So that's the storm going through Pelee at the moment. Let's go take a look elsewhere. I see. We're actually loading 2 radars at once there. Interesting. I'm going to load up CASET. We can take a look at the storms that are currently in southwestern Ontario. Oh, yeah. You know what? That's not going to work because that goes to our proxy. But Detroit works. Let's go, Detroit. It'll show up. If I zoom in. Okay. So there's that storm going over Lake St. Clair. There were these storms going through Chatham at the moment. Lots of rain, basically. I don't know if there's too much lightning at the moment. The storms over Lake Erie are a little bit more intense for sure. Oh, the severe warning has ended? Yay. Severe thunderstorm warning has ended. Still see the banner on the screen there, Brendan. If you want to pull that down, that would be great. Rob bringing it up too. Severe thunderstorm warning for Windsor and Essex County has ended. That's great news. All right, that was pretty intense. Olivia says cross game time, Adam. It was fun yesterday. It was fun. It was pretty wild. All right, well, I think after all that bananasness, that's not a word. After all the intensity that we just had, that was super duper wild. Again, our thoughts are with all those in Ohio right now being affected by that dangerous supercell, and we really hope they're staying safe. Thank you to all those who have subscribed to Instant Weather Pro. It's currently down at the moment, but it's a beta test, so that's how things go. Dev is working on getting it back up, so we're excited about continuing to improve it, to add auto scaling to it, so that it continue to stay strong. And let's see here. Is Ontario still trying to spin? Said Lady Esri. No, I think things are calming down in Ontario. From what we can tell, it looks very dangerous in the south. In Ohio at the moment, still tornado warnings on that storm for North Fairfield, New London, Greenwich, Billy Lakes, Ashland, Still tornado warnings in the U.S. on that particular storm. Thankfully, the severe thunderstorm warning has dropped for Essex County. Ange says, thank you for all your hard work, Adam and team. You're very, very welcome. Laura says, that explains why I can't download it. Yeah, the radar data is still processing, but our proxy server, which is how you are able to connect to S3 to pull in the radar data, that got overwhelmed by too many users. So, which also happened yesterday. So we have to add auto scaling to it. So what happens is when a lot of users are using it, it'll just keep adding more servers to it. It's the same way we auto scale with our existing app, Instant Weather, and that's how it stays up even when a boatload of people are using it and everything as well too. So Jackie says, thanks, Adam, for always keeping us safe. You're very welcome. Jennifer says, thank you, Adam and team. I wish I was kind of on the team. We kind of are. I mean, you're part of the team if you're helping us in the comments. You don't actually have to be on the team to be part of our community and be part of the team. And we consider the community part of our team as well too. So huge thank you to the community. Julie says, thank you, Adam and team. You're very welcome. Heather says, Texas is not good right now either. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, our thoughts are with those in Texas, those in Ohio. Those are all in southeastern U.S. as well too. It's super intense. Nathan says, thank you for your amazing job, by the way. You're very welcome, Nathan. Thank you for all your help. We sincerely appreciate it. Thunderstorm watches have ended for Ontario as well too, says Bassaholic89. Thank you kindly. Caitlin says, song, maybe. I give time for song. Play one song for you. Cheryl says, thank you, Adam and team. Boatload reminds me, I hope nobody was injured in Pelee Island. It looks like everybody in Pelee Island is okay, so that's great. Severe warning ended. Yay. Brendan with a smiley face. Jan says, Kim Mitchell. Those patio lanterns in the sky. Crystal says, don't forget to shut off sound canceling. Yeah, I forgot to do that last night. I was playing guitar, and you couldn't hear the guitar at all. I was just me singing, and you're like, I think he's playing guitar, but I just can't hear it at all. Hurt was great the other night, says Ange. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Marilyn says, do you cover into Buffalo? Right now, we're just covering Southern Ontario on this particular stream. We're live in all of our different Southern Ontario locations. For coverage in the South, we definitely recommend Ryan Hall. I think him and his team do a great job, and I'm not sure if he's live right now, but I'm assuming he is with all the intensity that's going on right now. So I would assume that Ryan Hall, y'all, is live. We cover it up here in Canada. He covers it down in the U.S. We'd like to do more in the U.S., but my concern is that once we start live streaming in the U.S., then folks are gonna expect it, and then we might get distracted with Canadian storms, and then people in the U.S. are gonna be like, "How come you're not covering the U.S.? How come you're covering Canada? Where are you? What's happening?" So, obviously, expectations lead to unhappiness. I try my best to have no expectations at all, and therefore, everything is gravy. Everything good that happens is gravy. So, we'd love to cover more stuff in the U.S., but then there'll be the expectation of how come you're not live all the time for every. I'm sure Ryan gets this as well too. There's warning count 11 on his screen, says Teresa. Yes, there's 11 tornado warnings going on in the U.S. right now. It's intense. So, it's actually it's a lot to cover live. So live stream severe weather events across Canada. That alone is a lot. So I can appreciate that doing it in the U.S. where they have 1,200 tornadoes a year is intense. But yeah, if you want to see Ryan Hall's coverage, I think it's great. Ryan Hall, y'all, definitely give him a follow on YouTube. And if you want to see the U.S. coverage from him, he does it basically, every day. It's intense. So I'm grateful for the wonderful community we have up here in Canada. I'm sure he's grateful for the wonderful community he's got down in the U.S. We definitely want to do more U.S. coverage, and we have a couple of really great meteorologists in the U.S. We have Jason Brand and Ryan Paris. As Instant Weather Pro gets going and maybe becomes more successful, and we have the resources to have live streams down in the U.S. all the time, that would be really cool. I'd love to have Instant Weather live streams going on in the U.S. all the time. I think that would be fantastic. I'm not sure I could do it all the time. I think it would be trying to track 11 tornado warnings across the country at the same time. Like the other day we were live in Alberta. I think it was Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Ontario at the same time. Or was it Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Ontario? I forget. But being live in 3 provinces at once, that was intense. And actually, we were just live yesterday. 10 tornadoes confirmed in Alberta yesterday. The Northern Tornadoes Project has confirmed 10 tornadoes from yesterday. There was a landspout tornado outbreak in Alberta yesterday, and we covered basically the entire thing. That was intense. Doug says, I don't like how the app doesn't directly show the warnings anymore. Please bring it back. Our app does show the warnings. Like in the alert bar at the top of the app, it does show them. Maybe, Doug, send us an email, help@instantweather.ca, maybe with a screenshot, and we'll try our best to help with that. Ontario first, then we added Manitoba, then Saskatchewan. That's right, yeah. Yeah, we were live streaming all night last night. 10 tornadoes. Basically the same storm produced like 10 tornadoes. It was crazy. Minty says, do Instant Weather Pro and 3D Weatherverse have any functionality for wildfire smoke? Yeah, wildfire smoke shows up on radar, so both of them can do that. Both of them can see wildfire smoke because it actually, when they're really intense, it shows up on radar. We've posted a few videos of that. Yeah. Nathan says, have we ever done a live stream for Quebec? I don't know. I don't think so. We'd love to. But I have a hard enough time pronouncing English town names. Yeah, I'll play a song before I go. One song. Mary says, Ryan Hall is live streaming. I've been flipping back and forth. Yeah, Ryan's great. I mean, I think he does a fantastic job. Some people give him a hard time down in the U.S., but I think he does. I think he's excellent. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, I think he does a great job. All right, Brittany says Blackbird with a lot of capital letters, so I might have to do that. Yeah, let me see here. Oh, before I turn off my noise canceling, remind me to turn off the noise canceling. I have to turn off the air conditioner because it's loud. Too loud. Give me just 1 sec. I'll make sure I got everything. It's probably fine. Yeah, that's probably fine. Absolutely Blackbird. Okay, 1 second here. Let me tune, and then I'll play Blackbird for you. Oh, fine. Leave the noise canceling on for the tuning. Makes it less annoying. Good to me. Cool. All right. I'll play you one tune. And then 3 in a row coming, someone said. Hold on a second here. All right. Turning off the noise canceling. Playing you one song. Just talked for 3 hours straight. That's a good warm up for your voice. Talk for 3 hours straight. Blackbirds singing in the dead of night. Take those broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbirds singing in the dead of night. Oh, take those sunken eyes, you learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of of the dark black night. Blackbirds singing in the dead of night. Oh, take those broken wings, you learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Oh, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Thank you so much, everyone. So grateful that the storms missed, that the extreme rotation just missed extreme southwestern Ontario. Not so happy about the fact that tornado touched down on both of those storms, one in Michigan and one in Ohio and ongoing. Our thoughts are with those being affected by these storms in Texas, by these storms in the southeast. Obviously, it is a dangerous situation going on down there. Again, if you're looking for U.S. storm coverage right now, we definitely recommend Ryan Hall, y'all. Give him a follow on YouTube there. Search Ryan Hall, y'all. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. And he's tracking all the storms in the U.S. We track the storms up here in Canada. And between the two of us, we get it done. But really, I mean, I say us. It's a big team effort here. Brennan, Alana, Cody, Cole, Liam, Patricia, Teresa, Lindsay. There's so many on the team. I always forget to do this. That's it. I'm doing it right now. I got to go into our team here. And, I got to open up our team chat so I don't forget every member of the team. Here we go. You ready? Adam, Andrew, Brennan, Bree, Cody, Cole, Corinne, Dave, Dee, Devin, Dominic, Harry, Jake, Jason, John, Kyle, Leslie, Liam, Lindsay, Matt, Mike, Miranda, Patricia, Ryan, and Teresa. It's a pretty big team. That's a great team. We love these folks. They're amazing. So, it's not just me. I'm just always the guy on the camera. But, of course, it's the team effort. And a huge thank you to the wonderful members of this community. Thank you so much for sending in super chats. Thank you for sending in stars. Thank you for sending in gifts on TikTok. Thank you for subscribing to our channels and sharing it with your family members. Thank you to subscribing to the Instant Weather Pro app, which still seems to be having some issues tonight, but that's okay. That's why it's called a beta test, because we break it as many times as we can, and once it stops breaking, then we know it's good, and then we launch it as a full regular product. So anyways, long story short, thank you for subscribing for that. Thank you to using our app Instant Weather and subscribing to remove ads and extend feature radar there. Thank you for supporting our team for the past 10 years. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all so very, very much. And I'm so glad everybody stayed safe. And again, our thoughts are with all those south of the border who are being affected. So we'll talk to you all very soon. Have yourself a wonderful evening. And thank you again for hanging out with us once again. Bye-bye.